And we're here.
Hello,
hello. I think you can hear.
We know our audio is working.
We already tested it.
Hello, y'all.
Thanks for signing in early to that bonus content.
Yeah, those who came in early got that early sneak peek.
Got that sneak.
Sort of.
The backstage Gus.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how much of my screaming, no!
Before I cut it. Push buttons.
Well, welcome as always, internet friends and webcomic fans. It's your friendly neighborhood dungeon biologist again, welcoming you to a steaming, heaping helping of trash heroes, the Dungeons and Dragons stream, where we recount the epic adventures of the wildly improbable collection of horrible creatures known as the Trash Heroes. And our players, of course, as always, a collection of wacky internet cartoonists and personalities.
No, don't eat it.
And don't eat your pets, Alina.
I'm trying to eat my character sheet.
So you're just going, ah.
I
mean, that's how it works when there's paper around.
Yep.
So as always, please do check out everybody's various cool thingamabobbers and social media whatevers and websites and Patreons.
Did you guys know that Jeff does questionable content?
Apparently, Robin didn't.
I just thought he was a very cool guy we played with.
He is.
It's just our friend Jeff. Sometimes he's at a convention with us.
He never talks about anything other than games. I was like, all right, cool. I'm not going to push you for info. Oh my god. So funny.
So please check out everybody's links in the upper right-hand doobly-doo. And of course, you can support the stream directly if you go to the description below. We also have a Patreon. And without further ado, I shall introduce the characters. Away this week is the aforementioned Jeff, so the keeper of the trash heap, Fenid Quaggle. I'm metallic and echoey. What is with my microphone?
I don't know.
So others are hearing my audio being weird. Alina, it sounds like you're a little low too.
Yeah, I just adjusted it up. Meg was climbing on the thing and turned it from to full room because she likes to sit on the microphone. It's her perch.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna switch microphones and we'll see if it's better. How does this microphone sound?
Oh, that's way worse. Bad.
Head shaking. Does that mean you can't hear me, or does that mean it's worse?
Bad.
It's bad.
Oh wow, you vanished.
All right, back to the Yeti.
Oh, that's much better.
Much better?
Yeah.
But still kind of weird.
Yeah.
Is the Yeti closer to you?
I mean,
gain.
It's pretty damn close.
Thanks, Meg. Oh, you're so lovely.
Hello. Is good? Is better? Worse?
Is okay.
I don't know what else I can do. I'll stick with this for now.
Yep.
Hopefully the audience can hear the DM. Your other mic is just a bit hot, says Kai2. Interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if you can turn down the input a little bit.
Yeah.
I turned it down quite a bit. Going to up my input a little further.
All right, I am at max for what I can do. I can move it closer, I suppose.
Okay, how am I doing now? Is that better?
That sounds a little better.
About the same. Oh, it's about the same for me, but
okay.
I'm making my new journal page for game, and I'm gonna try and upload them to the Discord after games. You can see the drawings that have been done and whatever.
Yeah, someone throw a link to the Discord into the chat at some point.
I can do that. I've got both open.
Yeah, just because, hey, audience, feel free to join our community Discord, where you get to see all the cool fan art and see the wacky discussions and so forth. All
Discord link is in the chat.
Ooh, thank you, Peter. I'm just gonna move closer
So-
to the mic. Maybe that'll compensate for it being low.
You're pretty good to me.
Okay.
I guess I'm getting it through Discord though, not through the
Yeah,
stream.
that's true.
But let me just finish introducing the characters since I cut
Yeah.
myself off. Larger than life pit fighting superstar Ugna Sugar Tusks.
Me. Hey, it's bone crushing time. Sorry,
Bird crushing time.
She was like, "Oh, I don't like that."
No posing. Next,
No
we've
flexing.
got the trickster cleric, rogue baker, and all-around party animal Trauma and Darials.
Hi, how are you?
And then there is the wild magic streaming sensation Morgan V. Satyr.
Like and subscribe to my gods.
And finally, our sweet old grandpa, who's also accidentally an ancient warlock, Copernicus Sunshine.
A horrifying catchphrase.
Good.
I know it's a joke when you put your glasses down to look older, but like that's how I wear my glasses now because I can't read anything if I don't do that.
Because you're old.
Correct. I am also accidentally an ancient warlock.
I don't know. I think you're a wizard.
So-
You spent a lot of time at school.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You say spent like I'm done. I'm still in school.
What is
Um,
academia but wizardry?
It's what I always tell my students is that I went to grad school for a decade and then I just didn't stop. So when we last left our heroes, where's my adventure notes? There we go. And we began in the lower dungeons of the Citadel of Ravensfall, and the party had escaped the Underdark with their new friend, Murray the Lich, who at the time was a skull, but was slowly gaining more bones.
Future
The
daddy.
group had gotten a long rest and awoke when Ugna had a nightmare about her mother as Tromlin was praying for his spells. Perny and Tromlin had come to realize that their companions required a remove curse. Ugna had obviously lost her animated shadow, and everyone in the party knew it, but Morgan was also unable to lie. However, only Copernicus had at the time deduced this. I think it's now, since then, become a little bit more obvious. By the time the curse was made clear to Tromlin, it was too late to pray for a second remove curse spell, and so Morgan is still under that curse. Furthermore, Morgan revealed that the animated shadow, which she had been concealing in her cloak, had stolen her sorcerer's blood vial and fled. So Tromlin removed the shadow curse from Ugna, theoretically unmaking the animated shadow, and Copernicus summoned up a hellhound, which we decided was named Ozymandias, after Jeff's dog Ollie, and the role was played by Jeff's dog Ollie for as long as he could stand to be on camera before he got mad and left. And in the game, Ozymandias helped to track the supernatural scent of the shadow. Ugna, somewhat uncharacteristically, ended the discussion by charging off in pursuit, leaving the others to scramble to catch up. And with the help of Ozymandias, the party tracked the shadow from the Citadel away through the sewers until the trail ended at a secret door leading to a storeroom under one of the watchtowers along the north wall of the city. There, the party took leave of Murray the Lich, ostensibly so they could sneak away more quietly, but in reality so that they could ditch him and discuss what they were going to do about Lady Nightshade, because they didn't want to give away her condition. They left him hidden in a pile of sacks to complete his regeneration and crept onwards. A short distance further, the group set up an ambush for the tower guards, assuming that they had encountered the shadow. But as the guards fell into their trap, the Grey Tower twins, the freaky Zook and Zaya, weird otherworldly sorcerers, appeared clutching Morgan's sorcerer's vial. And despite their protective magic and invisibility spells and a powerful fireball, they were thwarted by Copernicus's judicious use of counterspell and a flurry of arrows from Fetid that took down Zook Greytower. The vial fell from his hand and Morgan recovered it, but then Zaya used Dimension Door to escape with her fallen brother. You guys sent the guards fleeing back away the other direction around the tower and made yourselves invisible with Copernicus's spells and got up into the higher tower without an immediate pursuit and discovered where Zaya Greytower had fled to. It was a circle of magical statues protecting a glowing, powerful stone that absorbed all the energy of the magic spell that Tromlin cast on it to destroy it. And across the room, you saw a door closing as Zaya Greytower continued to flee. Ugna, again, somewhat uncharacteristically brashly, leapt forward, breaking the invisibility, and attempted to shatter the stone with her hammer, leading to all 4 statues animating and tackling her to restrain her. And that is where we pause, just as you all heard the sound of a distant horn coming out over the hills, a battle cry that Morgan finds familiar. And that is where we left off.
I'm sure it's fine. Normal stuff.
So I want an initiative roll.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to start the game. That's how we do.
16.
Sorry, I have to move my cacophony of snacks to get to my
That's
dice.
such a great collective.
Oh my!
Really
For
is.
snacks.
You call them when you're on stream.
We can't critically fumble initiative, can we?
Oh no. Hey, Juan.
4.
Ooh.
Oh, a 4.
What's your dex modifier, Randy?
You're having
Plus 3.
confusing thoughts about Ugna's butt as she charges forward.
I'm sure that's happened before. I mean,
That's constant, right? That's
It's an
just
eye
yeah.
level,
background radiation.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
found
hard
out
not to notice.
thankfully my updated
Also a
sheet
4.
is not that different,
Mine's
but
a
I
worse
realized that I've been working off of an old sheet.
Aw.
Oops.
So it's just, I think it's just my hit points really that's different. My bonuses haven't changed.
Yep. Look at that
Just
good
trying to
bird.
make sure. It's just Dex
Good bird.
bonus, right?
Yeah, actually, you should have an initiative bonus noted on your character sheet, and maybe it would
Let's see where
behoove
it
you to
is.
open the character sheets.
Nah.
It's next to
We're
your
not gonna
armor
roll
class.
dice, right? Like we're just role playing.
Oh yeah, it's still +4. It's just +4.
So what you got?
So that's 12.
And
Very average
Ugna?
roll.
Ugna, what do you got for initiative?
16.
Okay. You seem to be distracted by a bird. What did Meg roll for initiative?
Meg rolled a 7.
I don't know what her bonus is.
I don't know. She's pretty dexy.
True.
I mean, that's flight for you.
Mm-hmm. Unless she's my animal
Oh.
companion, then she goes on my initiative.
Okay.
I can hear her saying, "I don't work for anybody."
Yeah,
That's what she
absolutely.
sounds. That's her voice, by the way. It's like,
No,
hold me aloft while I fluff my feathers.
She is Shiadani. That is how Meg speaks.
Oh my
wow.
god, I
Oh,
can't. When they scratch their cheek with their foot like a puppy,
It's
too
real
much.
cute. Also, they put their leg over their wing to scratch instead of like
That's
under
pretty
it and
weird.
up. Yep, fun.
Okay. Okay, so first to go is going to be
The statue.
first to go is going to be
Ooh.
Fetid. Why is my Google search giving me everything as an image search first? Google, you're weird. I hate you. I hate that they keep changing the layout. Okay. So, I was just double checking the initiative bonus, which I assume is quite low for my living statues. All right. So first to go is Fetid. Fetid has spent a hero point at the end of last game, or earlier last game, with the goal of that chance to take down Zoot Greytower,
Right.
which was then wrested from him as Zaya Greytower dimension doored herself and her brother to safety, but that safety is no longer the case. So Fetid is going to use his trick shot to get an arrow into the slamming door across the room so that it does not completely close. And he, in Ozymandias, he is jumping on Ollie's back to charge across in pursuit of his prey. He is not letting these weird sorcerers escape him. And that is Fetid's turn.
And that's why
So
he's a folk
next
hero.
Next up is Ugna.
It's time to smash some statues.
So you are grappled by 4 statues. So
Mhm,
you're going to need to
mhm.
do something about that.
I'm gonna break some grapples, and then I'm gonna break some heads.
Indeed.
All right.
I have an
Just
interesting
a
plan for my turn of
strength
things.
athletics roll, or straight up strength.
This is I believe it's a strength athletics to break a grapple.
Okay.
I might just do a strength check, actually. I think it's a strength, just a straight up strength check. I'm just double checking.
Yeah, I have
Because
grapple
the,
after hit as a bonus action. Grapple damage 1d4.
Yeah, I'm just opening up
Breakdown
the
mechanics.
grapple rules because they're complicated and I want to make sure I've got them handy.
Yeah.
Because it's annoying. So when you are grappled, right, you're not incapacitated yet, you're just grappled. No. It is indeed a strength athletics or dex acrobatics at your choice.
Well, strength athletics is much better. So
But it
12
is
plus 11 will
contested.
be 23.
Okay, so you're contested. Now, the big thing here is that there's 4 of them.
That's true.
I'm only going to make you roll once, but I'm going to roll all 4 of them. So there's strength, athletics.
Statutes and limitations. I guess we can
not
assume they've
great.
been there long.
Is not great.
Long standing, if you will.
Long-standing statues. Okay, so you have broken free. You said 23 total?
Yep.
You have broken free from 3 of the 4.
There I go.
You are still grappled.
Yeah.
But you are only grappled by 1 of them. Actually, I'm going to give you an opportunity to maybe change that up because I want to point out that it is your action to break free. So that would basically be it.
Right.
Unless you want to stay grappled but also be able to do some fighting, because being grappled does not prevent you.
This doesn't mean I'm incapacitated. No, and I'm a wrestler, so
stuff.
grappling is sort of what I do.
Yeah.
And you know what we do, right? At least on the battlefield.
So
So are you sure you want to break free?
I think.
Okay.
I think it's time to wrestle some statues. I've never wrestled 4 statues at once before. This could be fun.
No, I mean, has anyone?
Who knows? Somebody's got it.
So the grappled condition means you can't move, like you're stuck where you are. And that's basically it.
All right.
They would have to do more to actually get you incapacitated or otherwise restrained.
So they're like hanging off of my arms and legs and wrapped around my chest. Then instead of trying to break free, I'm gonna lay about with my hammer.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll.
So you're just going to attack one of your grappling opponents.
Very in character. I don't know how to spell cacophony. I'm afraid to Google it.
I think it's caca, like C-A-C-A, and then phony, P-H-O-N. I'm pretty sure it's the Greek for bad, and then
C-A-C-O,
the phony, C-A-C-O?
I think it's
caca.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But then, because phony is the literally the phonetic for Greek for sounds.
Yeah. P-H-O-N-E-Y, phony.
Yeah.
No. I'm kidding.
What is it to hit these guys? I have a 17 and a 20.
I believe both of those will hit.
Awesome.
No, the 17 will not. Armor class is 18.
Ooh, all right.
They are made of rocks.
That is true.
So you basically hit them both, but one of them just glances off their stone body.
That's D10 plus a 7. Can I do a pushing attack on this guy and chuck him out the window?
You can do a pushing attack. You cannot chuck him out the window. The windows are too far away.
Gotcha.
You were in
But
the
I can
middle
chuck
of a
him to the other end
large
of the room.
chamber. You
Yep.
can chuck him across the room. And
Awesome.
by the way, doing so automatically breaks the grapple.
Okay,
Right? If you or the grappler are moved by an attack that causes someone to move, it automatically breaks the grapple. So, for
makes
example,
sense.
if you were like pushed by a thunder wave, and the others aren't, then you break the grapple.
All right, damage on that one. 7 plus another 7 will be 14.
14 damage on your target.
Yep.
Excellent. Bam! Bunch of chips of stone go flying all over the place. He looks, not happy. I mean, honestly, no. His face doesn't change at all. He
It's a
just kind of
statue.
blinks, sort of.
And then I've still got
His
an offhand
weird stone
attack.
eyes blink. Yep.
I have grapple maneuvers.
You do.
I don't know if there's a way to turn around one of the grapples.
So the grapple rules are weird.
They
You
are.
can grapple someone who is grappling you.
Mm-hmm. And then we're both
There
grappled.
is exactly. It's just it conveys a condition.
Yeah.
So you can grapple someone who has already grappled you. And basically then you're in like a lockup position.
The Star
and
Trek
then
fight music
both-
starts playing.
Both grapplers have then got the option of moving step forward to restraining their target.
Cool. Then
so
yeah,
yes,
so whoever's
you can in fact
on my
grapple.
chest, I'm then just gonna like get in a headlock.
As
Go for it, make
comedic
the
as
roll.
the double fist on the back move
Yeah,
is
I
from
was just
Kirk,
thinking that.
like that would be horrifying to receive by Ugna.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
They were from one of
like
these
as
statues.
much as I
Absolutely.
constantly joke, and yes, I brought it up multiple times with my friends, how stupid the like double fist of Kirk's
Legit
old
would
moves
hurt.
were. Oof. Oof.
So that is a 10 plus 11, 21.
21 will hit.
Cool.
So you have grappled.
Yep.
And then of course, because you have your grappler, you can once you grapple that target, you can bonus attack.
Yep.
So
Let's do
you
it.
want to like
Let's do some
smack
damage on
him
this
with
guy.
the back of your hammer. Now that you've got a hold of him.
I golf one of the guys across the room and then I just give him a tap on the head.
Okay. Go for it.
16 plus 8 will definitely hit,
It will indeed.
given that I almost rolled his.
Smash. You also, roll again just in case you get a 20 because you do get advantage when you're grappling your target.
Right. Oh, it's 19.
Close, but no cigar.
Very
But
close.
still, you definitely
Worth
hit.
rolling.
Roll me some damage.
Also,
on
weird
this
stuff
guy.
happens if I roll a 20, so maybe 19's good.
Right.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
5 plus
That has
7.
not been
13.
established. 13 more damage? Sorry, that's to second target.
So second target.
Okay, bash, smash, and stone chips fly
Have
everywhere.
I used an action surge?
You have not.
I've
You have not used your action surge yet today.
Well, let's fuck up some statues. Action surge. Do a whole extra
God, I
action.
wish I had Shatter.
I will
know.
point out, by the way, just to remind everybody about spell slots, that we have not had a short rest since that last fight.
Oh, I'm
Well,
fully out,
Copernicus
and I've
is
used my pack of the
0.
Rod Keeper. I'm
Yep.
fully dry.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm fully wet.
Instead of Rod of the Packkeeper.
Oh my.
No, I'm down some spell slots.
Yep. You were down several.
I'm guessing an 18 hits.
Just.
Just. Yeah. No, that's 18
Yeah,
on the
plus
dice, plus
18.
another 8.
Oh, well then.
Plus another 8.
Yeah.
I will spend another of my combat maneuvers to hit another guy across the room
Cool.
and also do more damage. But I only have
I
2
forgot they
on
had a
me.
saving throw against that. I'm going to make the saving throw for that first guy to see
Right.
if he actually went flying. He did. This guy does not.
Whew.
He takes the damage, but he doesn't go flying.
So 9 plus 7 will be 16 damage on this guy.
Okay. And what are you going to do with your second attack with this action surge? Because you get them all back.
Also attacking. I rolled a 13 plus 8 on that one, which would be
Okay.
Just enough to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
That'll hit. I am doing some damage.
Quel damage.
Quel damage. That will be a 15 damage.
Different guy or same guy? Because he didn't go flying.
Same guy.
Okay.
Stack some damage on him.
And was that another action or maneuver point or no?
Let's put another action point on that because I'm spending it all, and I'll roll another die.
And
So that was...
see if you knock him across the room this time. Okay.
Ooh, plus another 10
Oh,
plus
you
7,
do.
17. So another 17 on top of the 15 from before.
What are you rolling? Your action die only gives you another
sorry,
D8.
No. Right.
You already rolled the damage. You just need to roll the D8.
Yeah. That is a 6.
Okay.
I was adding on my bonuses.
Yeah. No. Already did that part. So he fails the second save. So you hit him once, he resists with strength save, it doesn't go flying, and then you wind up and hit him again, and he goes flying across the room.
Mm-hmm.
So you have now got one who is grappling you, but you also have grappled.
Yeah.
One who has grappled you, who you have not yet hit in any way, is kind of like riding your back, and two that you've sent flying across the room. As Ugna just goes in here with a howling fury, flailing about with this giant hammer, and stone statues go flying all over the place. While Fetid goes shooting across the room at top speed, getting since he is riding Ollie, and Ollie can use his full movement on Fetid's turn. That's what he'll do, which allows him to do a dash. So he full move is like through that door.
Good boy, Ollie.
Good, Ollie.
And that is all of the statues. Oh, sorry, that's you. Now the statues. All right, so now the statues are going to attack. So the two statues who went flying across the room are going to pull themselves back to their feet in that just eerie, inhuman way. And each of them is going to stare at someone with a terrifying gaze. As they, I don't know how many of you guys have seen Doctor Who, but they do the angel statue thing where they open their mouths and it's all just sharp shards of stone like fangs. Normally their faces don't have open mouths, but when they do open them,
if they were more
horrifying.
anachronistic, maybe there'd be like rebar teeth.
Okay, so each of them is picking a target. I'm going to randomize. Actually, no. Ugna can't be the target because of your grapple situation.
Oh, okay.
You're all wrapped up with two other statues, so they can't get a good look at your face. So they're going to randomize between the other three of you, Fetid having charged past them. So I'm going to roll for one of them. It's going to be on a 1 or 2, it's Morgan. 3 or 4, it's Copernicus. 5 or 6, it's Tromlin. First one's going for Morgan.
No!
One is going to pick one of the other two, so it's 50-50 now. Second one is going for Copernicus.
Ooh.
What are we rolling here?
So you need to make me a saving throw, DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Is it the same for me?
9 or higher, baby. 9 or higher.
Glad
Actually, I'm
it's
gonna
you and not
roll.
me, because I have no wisdom.
I'm gonna roll my fancy metal die with the mana ore vein.
I'm doing my
Ooh.
Christmas dice.
Important rolls. 18 on the die for a 22.
Ooh, just a 5 for me.
Oh no.
That is a
Yeah.
fail. Are you good with that, or are you doing anything about it?
I'm just gonna take it, I
Well,
guess.
The effect is that you are frightened,
Oh, it's not so bad.
so it's not that bad.
No, I need to get in there. I was gonna thunder step us out. I had plans. So I think I'll use one of my inspirations, I guess.
You may indeed use your inspiration.
Let me just
So,
pick a
Alina,
different
could you
dice.
please mark that one off?
Yep.
And
You were full, so
you
that's
get a second
good
roll,
call.
and what happens? And
I take
as a
the better
wild-
of the 2 rolls, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I take, okay. Then
Less
we'll
good than
just
5?
say that was a 1.
It was also not great. Okay.
It
Well,
was
the
a
1 doesn't matter. You take the better roll.
My luck
I am
is how
gonna-
many times a day? 3? 2?
It's 3. It refreshes at a certain rate. It's not per day, but yeah,
Okay.
you've got it. But it's also a wild magic effect, right? So,
Let's
do you
do
wish to do
it.
so?
Let's
All right.
do it.
I will let you roll one more time, but I will roll a wild magic effect.
All right. That's an 18 on the dice.
And you're good.
We're going
You
purple
have
today.
saved
This
your
one did not
outside.
let me down.
Oh, nice.
But now you are stuck with whatever I roll here.
Yep.
Which could be good or bad. All right. Oh, well, that's not terrible. It was very close to the age change again,
Oh no.
Oh.
but not quite. You're just like an infant now. No, you are transported to the astral plane until the end of your next turn. So you disappear. You disappear from everybody's view here unless they are using some kind of magical sight.
Unless they're on Blink or something.
You can still see the real world from the astral plane, but you cannot affect it.
Can you
so
see?
You will
can
not be
see.
able to affect anything here next turn.
Hold up, because we need to find the 5 places in the city where very powerful magical enchantments have been placed. You might be able to see the signature of that in the astral plane and to ignore the noise of like the buildings.
Maybe
This is some powerful fucking ritual magic they're doing. There's got to be some kind of like bleed through effect to that. Yeah.
You only have 1 turn though, and that's not a long time to get somewhere. But
if you can see, I don't know if you can see through walls or not, but I'm curious.
No.
I'm curious.
Okay, so you basically go intangible and invisible, and are astrally, or not astrally projecting. You're in the astral plane, which means there's nothing you can do to affect this for this particular round. Next up, I still have 2 more statues that are grappling Ugna. They are going to. One of them is going to attempt. The one that has grappled you that you haven't also grappled in turn is going to attempt to stage you up from grappled to restrained. And that's an 18 on the die. That's going to succeed.
Ooh.
End of my next turn, though.
You can roll your strength athletics to resist, though.
Yep. Oh, I've rolled a 16 and I get a plus 11 to that, so it's 27.
That might
do it.
That might do it. 7. Yeah. I think there's going to be. I'm at a 25. I'm at a plus 20. I'm at a 25. You're at a 27. A 27. Yep. So yeah. So he attempts to restrain you.
Fezzik
You're
mode right
too
now.
strong.
Mm-hmm.
You're too strong for the statue to restrain you.
Yep.
The other statue is going to go, okay, screw this, and multi-attack.
Mm.
So it's going to, while it has a hold of you and you have a hold of it, it still gets advantage on its attacks against you. You also get advantage on your attacks against it. So I'm going to roll the 2 attacks with advantage. Attack number 1 will hit you. Attack number 2 will hit you.
All right. Bring it.
Demolge is... It smashes at you with its stone fists. And does... First attack does 12. Second attack also does 12.
Ooh, all right. No worse than I've taken in some of my fights.
I'm letting some sage in the
24 damage as it smashes against you.
Redbird matches.
Nice.
The other one that was attempting to restrain you does have multi-attack, so I guess it can do another attack. Having failed to restrain you, it's just going to hit you with 1 fist. Again, it has advantage. Ouch, that's a natural 20.
Ooh, no.
One dice was a 5, but the other was a 20.
Well.
So that is double damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. Okay, well, I rolled 9 damage. Doubled is
18.
18.
All right. I am definitely bloodied.
And that's the statues. Morgan, it's your turn. You can't do anything to affect the real world. Is there anything else you want to do?
I was gonna do okay. What is the astral plane? Is it like a mirrored, but ineffectual? Can I see things that are going on in the real world right now, or no?
It's like the penumbra if you play White Wolf games.
I don't.
So it's the real world. You're like you can see everything. Everything is as it is in the real world. It's just you're out of step. You're in the astral space.
Okay, so I can see where people are
there,
too.
the people are still there. Everything is still there. This is how mages spy on things when they astrally project, right?
Okay. Could I arcana the orb? Okay, what I was thinking before, I was trying to not miss a turn by being frightened, and I missed a turn here. My idea for my turn was to do our usual thing where I leap into the fray, thunder step out with Ugna, so that she's no longer grappled, and then I was thinking of grabbing the orb, and taking it with me. But I don't like they had said they don't touch it basically. I don't know if they said aloud or just that was their intention to not touch it. So I was going to do an arcana check to see if that's something I think I could do. Take it with me.
Sure, roll me an arcana check.
Okay.
I will note that you did witness a spell being cast on it. Tromlin cast a guiding bolt on it, and it absorbed it.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't touch it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I smashed it with a hammer, but I didn't touch it with a hand.
Yeah, that's 15 plus.
No, you didn't smash it with a hammer. You attempted to smash it with a hammer and were tackled by 4 statues instead.
I got 21 on my arcana.
So taking a moment here, since you're well, I'm stuck in astral space anyway, you get a good look at it. Of course, in astral space, it has this huge magical glow to it. You can see the trails of astral signature that lead from this stone out through the roof and out into the space. But you've already been told that this is part of a ritual from multiple sites around the city.
Yeah.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Copernicus, I believe, had been told. I can't remember whether it was the Fey princess who told you Morgan and Tromlin, or if it was the vision that Copernicus had. But I think you knew how many of these stones
there were.
There was 5. Okay, so if you guys know there's 5, then yeah, you've already.
Is this the same? You described it as amethyst. Is it the same? Looking like is it the same kind that I think that I had? It's different. Okay, good.
Before was like an elf stone. It was a specific type of fairy magic rock. This is crystal, but it is different.
I should have gotten somebody to identify that before I just gave it away. That might have been smart.
So, but you figure so you do figure out that this is part of a keystone of a spell. There's a ritual spell that is drawing power from this place and channeling that power elsewhere.
Okay.
You think that is more like an ongoing energy source than it's not necessarily powering a currently existing.
It's
spell.
not the device that's making the thing. It's the device that is helping connect the spell or ritual to the power source of these ley lines.
Yeah, the ritual is the power conduit. So think of it this way: this is a big battery. The thing that the battery is doing, the energy from the battery is being used to do different things at specific points in time. That's not necessarily an ongoing thing. So, for example, breaking this ritual doesn't necessarily stop an already cast spell that used this power, right? So, for example, Nightshade being drained of power
Might be less effective.
That could be a thing that happened and is done.
Yeah.
Or it could be a thing that this ritual is continually doing.
Yeah.
It's not something you can easily tell without having like Nightshade handy in front of you to examine as well.
And what's the size?
Either way, undoing this spell takes away the power source.
Yeah.
And is probably worth doing regardless of whether it ends an ongoing effect or not.
Yeah. And what's the size of it?
The stone is about the size of a human head.
Okay. So it won't
or
fit
a little
in my
smaller. No.
So
backpack, but not.
Yeah, I was thinking I could go and ready an action to scoop it in a bag, grab Ugna, and thunder step away.
You could. You think it is possible that touching that spell while it's in the middle of this ritual without undoing the ritual could have some consequences. Like there could, at the very least, this is the sort of thing that triggers wild magic, or potentially like there could be a spark of damage taken from doing that. You're not sure you want to touch it with a bare hand. It's not likely. Like the group was talking about before when Fetid touched a magic stone and got cursed. Mm-hmm. That's not this is not like happened here. This is like a power conduit, but it is also like pulling out some live wires out of a circuit, right? There's a chance of some kind of like
my thought was to like throw the duffel bag over it and just grab the straps and thunder step out of there. Do I think I gotta have time to do that?
Possible.
Okay, I think that's what I'll do.
I'm pretty sure the statues will try to stop you because you saw them try to stop.
What I mean is like while I'm in the astral plane, positioning myself, throwing the duffel bag on top of it, and then readying an action on my turn, grab the straps, grab Ugna, thunder step out.
You can sort of ready yourself to do this.
Yeah.
Ugna's not quite close enough, but you can kind of like position yourself hoping. Because Ugna got tackled before in the middle of her leap. So she's not within 5 feet of the stone, which is how close she would have to be for you to do that altogether. But you can kind of put yourself in position and be ready when you come out of astral space to do whatever, makes the most sense given the tableau at that moment.
Could I
might message move Ugna on my turn if you want Ugna closer.
I was actually going to say, if it's not too much, could I, DM in a snarky tone, Copernicus, to tell Ugna to move closer to the thing? Okay.
No, because you can't currently use that stone because you're in the astral plane.
You do not have cell phone roaming plan that covers the astral plane.
I was gonna say I can type it out and then it will she wouldn't think that. She would just send it and just see it pending and be like, I guess I go get ready, and just walks between people. And I was like, I hope they don't think I just left them. Maybe. So, yeah.
Tromlin, you're still standing by the door. You see Ugna grappling and variously pounding and being pounded upon by stone statues. You see the other two stone statues hissing at you from across the room. Morgan has vanished.
You saw a spell go on me, and then I vanished for different reasons.
Well,
actually, I should say you might not have noticed that Morgan vanished because I don't know if the only person who broke out of the invisibility so far was Ugna.
Because I attacked.
And me.
Yeah.
Oh, because you cast the guiding bolt. That's a good point. I just realized they couldn't actually be glaring at that. We'll just say that. Oh,
I'm smudging the chat.
Yeah. Goodbye.
And also, and very separately, forgiving your sins for listening in on us. I forgive you. I forgive you myself.
Yeah, we'll just say that invisibility broke when the shit hit the fan here when you guys came into this room. Just because otherwise I'd have to retcon some stuff and it's easier this way.
Oh yeah.
But still, what do you want to do, Tromlin?
Well, I'm trying to
Statues
think.
fighting Ugna, 2 more across the room. I say across the room, they're like 10 feet further away.
Well, I'm out of all my 3rd level spells for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You have cast
15.
I think you've only cast 1 2nd level.
Yeah.
No.
The one that is hurting Ugna, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level.
Yeah,
If
because
that's
you
okay.
cast a guiding bolt when you came in here, but that was just a 1st level at the stone. And that one
Yeah.
is gone. And then so you cast your 2 2nd levels, you did the remove curse earlier, and then you did a big healing spell on Ugna. You cast a 2nd level healing spell on yourself at the end of that last fight. And that's it. So yeah, you've got 2 more 2nd level spell slots left, and 3 1st level plus all of your mage 1st level spell slots.
Well, I rolled AC 25 to hit.
Excellent. That will hit.
All right, 5d6.
Sorry, which one was this? The one that was on.
That's harassing Ugna.
There's 2
The
of
one
them.
harassing Ugna.
One of them.
The one that's
Ugna
been grappling.
Okay.
The one that Ugna's been grappling with.
Gotcha.
That would be a 21.
21 damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yep.
It is like lots of like chunks of stone go flying off, and it's starting to look a little like it's super creepy now, right? Because it's still an animated statue, but it's like a busted up animated statue. So it's like an older crumbling statue that has come to life, which is kind of freaky. There's a piece of its face missing, and it's just doesn't seem to care. But it.
I'm gonna also command my monkey.
You think it's blooded. Yep.
I'm gonna command my monkey to start throwing rocks at the orb.
Interesting.
There are no rules
So
for monkeys
your
throwing
monkey.
rocks.
Well, no, I mean it's a.
Nobody said a monkey can't play
right?
baseball.
Right.
There's a whole kobold league. Why can't a dog play? Come on.
Right?
Yeah, as long as it's within 100 feet of you, you can telepathically tell it what to do, and it gets its own turn effectively. So just go ahead and make me a hit roll.
All right. Here's hoping.
I'm kind of disappointed it's not showing poop in their eyes.
I don't know what the AC is or what the pipe plus. Okay, what he says +4. You said to throw.
Yeah. So just roll a d20.
That would be
tell me what you got.
19.
That will hit. So the rock hits the little orb, and there is a like shower of like purple mystical sparks where it hit an energy field. Like there's definitely like a, and the rock goes skipping off of it. You're not sure if it took damage. It might have, but definitely there's like a I don't know that I want to touch that. There's some kind of energy.
All right, I did my homework for everybody. That's the good news.
Okay, next up is Copernicus.
Alrighty. Can I open up with a Arcana check on the stone just to get a sense of how to disrupt the ritual, see if I can glean anything about a good strategy here. Alrighty. Ooh, I'm going to spend my last inspiration.
Go for it. This is probably a good time to remind the audience that if people would like to cheer for our players, they're using bits, they may do so, and the bit counter is currently at 5%, but as it goes up, when it rolls to 100%, everybody gets another inspiration.
Which I sorely need, because I spend mine very extravagantly. I upgraded my 3 to a 7 on the die, but that does give me a 17.
17 total is not terrible.
And if you sub, you get these cute emotes. I often use my Morgan emote.
Do it for the emotes.
Yeah.
Is that really cute?
There's my emote.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay.
Which username?
So with a 7, tiny. I do what I want. It's the bird motto.
Mm-hmm.
So with a 17, sorry, I should say, you can glean a few things. The most obvious thing to disrupt a ritual spell that is currently in progress is to attempt a counterspell. Because a counterspell, of course, gets like a roll, basically, to disrupt magic that's ongoing. The same thing can be done with a my brain shut off. What's the name of the spell?
Oh, dispel magic.
Dispel magic. Dispel. This word dispel was giving me trouble there. Yes, a dispel magic is another similar idea that can disrupt a ritual ongoing. A third option, if this ritual is being maintained by someone, if the casting the spell has a person attached to it, like a caster, then that person can be killed or disrupted in various ways. Chances are good that they won't be concentrating on it, but you suspect, because of the nature of these stones, that there is no person maintaining the ritual. The stones are the anchors. It's the stone that's actually perpetuating the spell. You do think that possibly physically damaging that stone or otherwise breaking it out of its position is probably a good way to disrupt the ritual. But obviously, because the nature of the ritual is that it's absorbing magic, throwing spells at it ain't going to be a good way to do that. The spell energy is probably just going to get absorbed into it as part of what it's doing, because it's drawing energy from like this sort of ley line area that it's in. So it's going to need to be some kind of physical situation.
Do I think that a repelling or grasping chill touch might be able to move it far enough out of alignment? Like 10 feet be enough out of alignment to disrupt it in any significant way?
Probably not the chill touch, because it's still a magical energy form of damage. It's possible, but it's because it's the whole idea of this is that it's absorbing energy. The energy that would have pushed it would be absorbed into the stone. You're not 100% sure if
and
that's
then if I went
the case,
truly,
you could try.
Okay. And if I went truly old school and actually tried to cast an actual hook onto or around it physically, do I think that I might be able to yank it out of position?
Yeah, like you think, obviously you saw like the energy flicker as a stone hit it. So you imagine that it, like, depending on what you threw at it, it might, like, if it was something that could be burned up, it would possibly be burned up. If it was something like, a giant hammer, for example, that hits it, or like someone threw a big stone at it, or like someone bodily tackled it, it's going to depend on their resistance to that magical energy that it's shedding when something hits it.
Okay.
So yeah, like if you threw like a rope around it, there's a bit of a question of like, would the magical energy like burn it or something like that? And if not, then great, you would be able to pull it off of there, assuming that it's not too much strength to muster.
Okay. I think that the best bet here is Ugna, and so there's one or two ways I can do this, Ugna. You are grappling one statue and being grappled by two statues. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, there's one that I'm grappling, and then there's another that's hanging on to me. And
Okay.
he's grappling me, but I'm not grappling in return.
So
yeah,
if I
correct.
Okay, so my two options.
Ugna's grappling one of them back.
Okay, so I can break the grapple on both of them by moving you.
Yeah.
Because they don't move with you. I know forced movement is the best way to break a grapple from what I remember. So I think I'm going to hit you with a repelling blast, do you a bit of damage, but knock you next to the stone, so you're set up for your turn to do whatever you need to it. And also, Morgan's plan may dovetail with that too. So I'm going to...
Because that's not a magical, it's not like a teleportation move. It's a move that requires a saving throw.
I don't think repelling does. I think repelling just
I
happens.
thought it had a strength saving throw. Maybe I'm wrong.
The Eldritch Blast cantrip that I believe it's based on does not.
Let's see what I wrote up for it. Nope, you are correct. There's no saving throw. So,
but I do have to
all
hit
good.
Ugna is the challenge.
Yep.
And are there penalties for attacking into a grapple?
No. What I will probably do though, because it is just Ugna being moved physically, is I'll probably give the stone statues a saving throw to hang on, to be moved along with Ugna, effectively. They can't prevent Ugna from moving, but they might be able to hang on.
Okay. And I'm gonna yell out to everyone, counterspell, dispel magic. Any of that should work, and if not, just hit it really damn hard. Ugna, get close, and you're gonna see him cast this chilling touch coming at you. I don't know if there's a way you can give me advantage on the attack roll. I think you are kind of hard for me to hit. I don't know if there's a way for you to give me advantage on the attack roll. By like,
no, but you can make the attack roll. And then what I'll do is I'll modify your armor class because you're trying to not avoid it.
Yeah.
So I'll modify your armor class appropriately.
Do like an athletics to roll with it.
All right. I'm rolling the big, heavy, chunky super die because my other dice have not been going well this evening.
Yep. So you won't need to hit a 17. What'd you roll?
15.
Ooh.
Okay. It's not a nat one. Then you're good.
All right.
Armor class is at least down to a 15 because that's just taking off your dex bonus, but probably lower than that. I was thinking of dropping another 2. So armor class 13, you hit.
I apologize for the damage. Roll low. Oh, okay. No, average. 10 damage. 10 necrotic damage to you.
Oof.
So you take 10 necrotic damage as this clutching skeletal hook-like hand appears, as you've seen before, and grabs your shoulder and heaves you backwards. You take 10 necrotic damage from the chill touch. But
bonus action, can I also do a distracting intrusion on one of the statues to decrease its chance of making the saving throw to move with Ugna?
You can attempt to do so, but nothing happens.
Okay.
Not that kind of creature.
It is immune to that sort of thing.
Immune to that sort of thing. Okay, got it. More
so
information.
Strength saving throws. Oh, wait. I rolled that with advantage, and I'm like, no, this is not their attack. So they don't get advantage on this. So strength saving throw to hang on.
So pretty.
To Ugna. One has a completely wasted nat 20 and succeeds, but the other one does not.
Okay.
So Ugna, the one that I think we're actually randomized because it really matters. One of them's like undamaged.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Okay. So the one that was undamaged on your back, the one that you were grappling as well, you're kind of preparing to like throw away from you, and so it does not hang on to you. But the one that was kind of riding like a monkey on your back goes flying with you 10 feet closer towards the stone. And we're back to the top. You guys don't know what Fetid's doing, so it's Ugna.
Okay. I have slid across the room. Ow, it hurt a lot. But I'm still up, and I've got this statue on me. Can I throw the statue into the stone? Like, hit the stone with the statue?
So you're trying to throw the statue at the stone. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do it.
You're going to need to do like a full action here because you're going to need, this is one, you don't have him grappled. He has you grappled. So you need to grapple him.
I can grapple with a bonus action.
Yep.
And then do some actions to throw him by his legs, swing him head first into the stone.
Yes. I love this so much.
So roll the attack to grapple him.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have to beat him in the contested strength check because he's trying to grapple you. So he can be like, no, I don't want to go over there. Right. So start with an attack roll.
18 is sufficient to hit them, correct?
Correct.
That's just enough? Okay. Ooh.
Yep. So you succeeded with the attack roll or the grapple roll to get a hold of him.
And now he's grappled. I have advantage. So here's 2 dice.
Yep. Or don't roll that yet. first you need to have a contested strength check here.
Right.
Because he's got you grappled, so when you go, I'm going to swing you that way, he can be like, nope, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
So you've got to basically break that.
26 says otherwise, unless he rolls really well.
Well, he does have like a +8 to this, but he did not roll good enough.
Awesome.
So you basically are going to be breaking out of his grapple as part of your flinging him in that direction, and then you're going to hit the stone with him.
He's like on me. I grab him by the like
main attack,
the leg, and just pull him off of my back. And then I'm gonna hold him like a bat and wind up to hit this thing.
And I'm gonna get you to drop an inspiration for me, because technically breaking out takes your entire attack.
Sure.
The mechanics are kind of stupid. If you're a multi-attack person, you still have to spend your entire action breaking out of grapple. And you're not really trying to break out of grapple. You just want to move them in a certain place. So I'm just spending inspiration, and I'll call it good enough.
All right.
So now make an attack roll to hit the stone with him. You're using his armor class, though, because he's squirming and trying not to have this work.
Okay. And
So
this is like my
roll.
hand, so it's not got the same attack bonus as my
you are proficient with improvised weapons, so yes, it does.
True. Perfect. So that will be a 14 plus 8.
That will exceed his 18 armor class. Yep. So you pull him free and smash the stone with him. There is a massive explosion of magical energy that erupts from the stone. He is going to take...
I am hoping that he will take the damage and not me.
He will take most of it.
Yep.
2, 4, 6, 7, 15. He takes 24 damage and you take 12. As this just massive sparks of electricity fly in all directions from the contact point. I'm trying to decide what kind of damage it is. It's not really electricity, but it's going to be probably the closest thing. It's
radiant,
it's magic,
or
but it's not going to be
thunder damage.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's not really radiant.
Yeah, thunder and lightning.
I would call it radiant if it wasn't that it's not particularly holy.
So you see Ugna get this blast of lightning damage, and drop to her knees, just fully and then drop forwards like she's gonna pass out, and then catch herself at the last minute and just force herself to stay awake.
That is your orcish.
I like that.
Keeping it going.
Yuppers.
He takes 24 damage and is somewhat worse for wear. And the stone is still exactly where it was. It hasn't moved, but it is now cracked. And for both Morgan and Copernicus, who have made decent rolls about this, you realize that its position in space here is basically part of the ritual it's maintaining. It's going to need to be destroyed, physically damaged. But it seems to have taken significant damage from that hit.
Okay.
I will say, Morgan, you have no idea if your Thunderstep will work now. You're like, that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a magic effect. So maybe it'll still, it's definitely a potential plan that could work.
I don't want to get me out of there, though.
Yeah.
Statues are next.
I'm not doing great. Oh, no.
Yeah, statues are next.
Oh, no.
Ugna, you're getting curb stomped by the statue that you just smashed. He's very unhappy about this.
Yeah.
Wait, end of my next turn?
Yes.
So am I physically there?
Not
now?
Yet. Not yet. You will be at the beginning of your next turn. It's until your next turn.
After me.
So at the beginning of your next turn, you will be there. Just going to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it said.
No,
I
got hit.
It's the end of your next turn.
Ooh.
So I'm there now. because I got hit, and that's why I used the luck to counter it. And then I had to turn in the astral space. So I'm wondering if I'm there.
Yeah, so the turn that you took to figure out what was going on, the end of that turn, yeah, you would have become non-astral. I don't know though. I'm gonna push it because otherwise statues would be attacking you now before you do something to that stone.
I'm fine with it because like it doesn't change it does help in the fact that I can take a hit and Ugna might take something else. And also I can use a reaction.
Right.
Yes.
I can use a reaction to help save Ugna.
By the rule as written here, this would be the case. So that means you take 12 damage as well from the splash on that effect.
Yeah.
When Ugna hit the stone with the guy, you were standing right next to it.
Yeah, I would have had to save for half or less.
Well, no, it's just straight up half damage.
Okay.
You take 12 damage. So go ahead and take the 12 damage.
Yeah.
And next up, it's the statues. One of them is going to curb stomp Ugna, but the other one is going to attack you because you're right there next to the stone.
Yeah. The stone's pink, right?
Kind of sickly purple.
Oh, sickly purple.
You know what? It's got that color the dark crystal did before they healed it. That weird sickly purple of the dark crystal.
For Ravenfall.
Okay, so multi-attack on Morgan. Your armor class is 17.
What have I done? So minus 12.
So yes, you took 12 damage from the explosion of energy. You are being hit with stone fists that do another 11 damage. And you are being hit by another stone fist. Oh, nope, that doesn't quite hit your armor class.
Yeah, minus 34.
You just took the one.
Okay. I'm pretty low.
And the other one is curb stomping Ugna. So that's also a multi-attack. One does not get past your armor class, one does.
Reroll.
All he needs to do is 1 damage.
No, he rerolls.
All right.
That's why
you were waiting on.
Yeah. Nice.
He still hits.
Oh no.
I rolled even better. I rolled a 19.
Ooh.
Can I use inspiration to force him to reroll again?
Inspiration, I have not been letting you guys do the opposite effects because it's a little rough.
Oh, Ugna, you're gonna get my guidance or the what is it?
Yeah. The bonus next time. The inspiration on next attack.
Yeah.
But first you're probably gonna fall unconscious because that's another 9 damage.
Well, that takes out the 1 hit point that I have and drops me to 0.
Yep. Ability check, saving throw,
0.
or attack roll for silvery barbs. Does that mean
I don't think that affects death saves? Maybe I'll double check.
Well, it is a saving throw.
The death save is a special thing. Like it doesn't get affected by things that affect saving throws normally. Right. So, like for example, the Paladin's aura that gives you bonuses to saving throws doesn't affect death saves.
Yeah.
Even with that knowledge, you still have it.
So Ugna is under the boot heel of this stomping statue. The other 2 statues are surging back forward to protect the stone. One of them, Raven, is going to attempt to gaze at you again. Actually, I'm going to double check if that's a number of times per day or something.
I'm just making sure that I'm not immune to fear. I know I'm charmed.
Doesn't matter. He can't do it. It's once per day. So he is not going to do that. Instead, he is going to simply charge and attack you.
Okay.
Physically. He, in fact, is going to grab you and attempt to bite you.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
He has successfully bitten you. Please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'm not good at those.
And then also take 7 damage.
Okay.
Owie.
7.
He does not get to multi-attack if he uses the bite.
Page. Still wrong page. Con is +2 at least. Okay.
No, you have a +5. It's Constitution is one of the sorcerer proficiency ones. So you have +5
11.
Constitution. Total?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Not 11 on the die? Okay. That is a fail.
Yeah.
Ouch.
You are paralyzed for a round.
Ooh.
You are paralyzed until the end of the statue's next turn. Okay.
I'm gonna do a luck.
You're gonna take your second. All right. I am going to. So re-roll first of all.
Yeah.
See if you succeed.
We might be in a
Yeah, that is
situation here,
a
folks.
18 plus.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
You succeed. Yeah. You resist the paralyzing bite, but wild magic thing is going to happen. Oh no. It's not a particularly bad one, but it's like the exact thing you just spent a bunch of time trying to avoid. You're frightened of the nearest creature until your next turn. So you're now frightened of the statue that just bit you. So until the end of your next turn, you have the frightened condition.
I have to move away, but I still have actions?
No, you don't have to move away. You can't willingly move closer, which is impossible because it's biting you. But also you have disadvantage in all ability checks and attack rolls while it's within your line of sight. So it's basically just the disadvantage is the major thing here. Because you're shaking in fear, you're penalized to do stuff. And the last statue, who will it attack? I think it's going to attack. It really wants to gaze at you guys back there, but it already used it. Only use it once a day. It is going to. I'm going to randomize.
Don't go away.
It could also go after Morgan, but that would be bad for Morgan.
Would be bad.
So I'm gonna randomize on a 1, 2, 3. It figures that the other statue's got Morgan under control, and it was going to go after the rest of you guys. If it rolls something else, it's going to go after Morgan. 2, it does not go after Morgan, so it's going to leave you guys alone and charge after the rest of y'all. So that means there are now 2 statues then attacking Tromlin and Copernicus. There's the one that was released when Ugna was shoved backwards, the one that's really badly damaged, and this other one that was across the room and is charging. The one that is charging is going after Copernicus, and the other one's going to go after Tromlin. Copernicus. Multi-strike. Man, what's your armor class? I think it might have missed you.
14. Not great.
But I rolled garbage. I rolled 4 and 5. It comes over there and it swings at you and you duck and dodge. It just swings at you and you stand there, but you're so short it just goes over your head and it's like, oh right, people are different sizes. The badly damaged one is going after Tromlin. Also multi-attack. These will both hit.
Ooh, Trom.
I don't know if there's any reactions in your toolbox, but you're being punched by a statue.
I don't know what I have to do. I'll disengage, and disengage isn't gonna help me right now.
That's an action. That's not a reaction. I don't know why it's kicking at me that you had some kind of reaction, but I think I might be just thinking of other characters.
I don't think I've ever had a reaction.
Those are all actions. No, those are all actions. Okay, so it does 12 damage.
Okay.
And 10 damage with its 2 punches. 2 big stone.
So
Smash.
22
22 total.
I'm at 8 hit points.
Oh boy.
I forgot we were so
And
low.
that is all of them. Next up is Morgan. You did not miss a turn because of being paralyzed, so you get to do something.
Okay. I'm going to do that Thunder Step with Ugna.
Are you going to? So you're going to grab Ugna. You're not going to go for the stone.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
After that explosion, you might have second thoughts about trying that stone trick anyway. Okay, so you are not grappled because he went for the bite alone. He didn't actually do the grapple attack. Yeah. So you can move to Ugna as you choose. And
she's not beside me because she got moved closer.
Actually, yeah, she's you were right next to the stone, and you're within 5 feet of Ugna. Yeah, you definitely you're good.
Okay. We do a much less graceful and cool version of this trick, where usually I would be riding on her back or on her shoulders, and we would just do this ridiculous, long-looking leap through the air. This time, Morgan's like very much straining to grab onto Ugna's arm and just like getting yanked as they jump using a Thunder Step.
Where are you going to?
I'm gonna say
because remember
the doorway.
You have to be able to see, so it's gonna have to be within the room.
I was gonna say the doorway with Ugna between her and the statues.
So the doorway you guys came through, right?
Heroically and courageously.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm taking you to safety and also putting you in front of me.
Yeah, but like she's blasting mostly butt first at the door, being projected by her magic, and barely holding on to a very heavy Ugna, and
so
kind of crumpled.
So there's a crash of thunder that can be heard 300 feet away.
And that's a save for them and not an attack.
Yes. So roll your 3d10 thunder. Or sorry, are you casting this at normal 3rd level or higher?
That's actually something I wanted to confer with you, because I thought I was only down 3 spell slots from last game, but I just want to confirm because I think I only did.
You did spend both of your 4th level spell slots, but you've got points, just sorcery points, so you can. You can,
I do have those now. Yeah,
you can still do a 4th level spell slot. Yeah, in fact,
I will do that. Yeah.
Actually, no, you can't use your Bloodwell vial yet because it was attuned to your enemy, and you haven't had a chance to reattune it back to you.
They fucking attuned it.
Yep.
Yeah, he used it. He used it against you.
I was like, we can delay game for another time because the twins, have more of a history with all the other players. But no, I'm now going to very much murder them. But it's not the Bloodwell vial; it's the dagger. It's the straw.
You have.
Oh, the stats are that
vial is the one that the vial is what allows you to do the once per day spend hit dice to get sorcery points.
So that is just 3.
But
then?
you've only used. I think you've only used.
I was judicious, so I will spend the
sorcery points. You did use sorcery points to extend the storm sphere to not affect Ugna.
Yes.
But that just cost you 1. I don't think you've used any other sorcery points.
I haven't. So I'll just use sorcery points
since your long rest. So you're down. You're only at 9 because the Bloodwell vial isn't attuned to you right now. Yeah. You're down 1 to 8. So you still have 8 sorcery points. So if you want to use a 3rd level slot to cast a 4th level spell and ups Thunder Step, that will cost you. Yeah, it's the difference of 1 sorcery point.
Okay.
So
I'll do that. And that means it goes from 3 to 4 dice? 4d10?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's worth it. One sorcery point
Yes.
to increase your damage by a die is a pretty dang good one.
Anyone within 5 feet around me. So anyone invisible that might be beside me. Letting you know.
It is in fact just the 2 statues that are there. So I'm going to roll their saving throws.
Okay.
This also affects... Wow. I was like, these guys are pretty good at this saving throw. That's a 1.
Nice.
That's a 6, which is not enough.
Nope.
All right. So that is...
So it also affects the stone, but all the rest of you, as this teleportation is happening, will see the stone, again, vibrate with energy and like absorb the thunder damage that's splashing over it, like some
Does
kind
it
of
lash
crazy
back?
black hole. No.
Does it lash the energy
because
back?
it's not physical. It's magical energy sucks into it.
Okay.
But both of these statues take 4d10. So what you got?
That is 3 7s and a 3.
Dang.
3 7s and a 3.
24.
24
Uploading
damage.
a very cute picture of my dice.
So the guy who was undamaged in like one round took 24 from being smashed on the rock, and then another 24 from the thunder step. He's not happy.
He doesn't deserve to be happy.
Okay. These are some unhappy statues. What was this about fan art? Where's my fan art? I wish to see it.
I just found the one that Lar did earlier. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have to share that one. Oh, a picture of your dice. I see. That's what you shared. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, Morgan, you are over there. So basically now the doorway leading into this room has Morgan with your butt basically out the door and bracing yourself against like way too heavy to really hold up Ugna. And then just beyond you are Copernicus and Tromlin fighting the other 2 statues. Tromlin, you're up.
So I am debating something, and it might be a bad idea. How would you feel about me taking a black token
Ooh.
to channel
offered the DM's favorite food?
to channel all of my 2nd level spells in one blast of energy to obliterate the ceiling above the orb?
All right.
Super Saiyan.
Give me a quick second here.
While he's looking stuff up.
Basically, do 2 different 2nd level guiding bolts at once, so like 10d6 of damage.
What I'm quickly checking here is I want to see if there's an obvious choice of a spell
that might be.
that would be good at doing that from the get-go.
There's one I can think of, but it's a bard spell. Shatter.
Yeah, it's not going to be. Yeah, you don't have that, but
Also, shaped stone might be able to
Hold on.
bring a stabby thing down from the roof at it, like a stalactite.
We also have that unused acid mephit wish.
Oh no.
Can we just make the acid mephit like dissolve it?
the stone.
Yeah.
You would imagine that would still be a magical effect, but dissolve like cut an acid hole in the stone of the roof. That's a far more plausible.
Yeah.
That is a far more plausible.
Just acid spitting circles that like bubble up, like really horrible, like just like a weed vapor trick, blowing circles into the air that burst above the thing.
I was just picturing Looney Tunes style, the acid mephit just like sawing through the ceiling in a circle, and the circle just falls down.
It's like the Looney Tune where Bugs Bunny saws away Florida.
Yep.
But the mephit is like on the circle that they're cutting out, so they fall with it. Their body first, and then their head. Their neck elongates, and then the head falls after.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. Trauma is taking a back token.
Ooh, right, adding that.
and suddenly remembers the acid method. I believe that the person who was holding the I don't even remember what the item was. The item that had originally summoned the acid method.
Did Randy actually sign up? Because it is Randy's wish, and I was just pitching it. So I don't take it from me that this is happening. I want to make sure that Randy gets
it was not. It was Glorpa's wish. So I believe Glorpa is the one who actually talked to the acid method after it was found in the stomach of the dragon you guys defeated. Basically what I'm taking this black token to do is to ensure that at some point that was transferred to Tromlin. And you remember it now, and you go, where was that thing? Pull it out of your pocket and say, and because you spent a black token, it doesn't matter that you're in hand-to-hand combat, you have an opportunity to momentarily have a time slow where you can quickly say to the method. I forget. I think he said like you had to say his name or something like that to summon him up. So you just like quickly blurt out his weird acid creature name, and using
his acid creature name is Mr. Clean with a K.
Nice. Using the borrowed knowledge spell. So you only have to spend one of your second level spell slots to do this. You immediately have like the holy spirits of which god are you worshiping today? It was someone interesting, wasn't it?
It was the lion-headed
yes.
god of the east.
Yes. You summon up the spirits of the desert and ask them very quickly which beams, which spots up there will drop the ceiling right on that frickin' rock. And they tell you, because that's what borrowed knowledge does. Mechanically, it gives you like a skill that you don't normally have, but sure, that skill is architectural destruction. Demolitions.
Goofy way to cut hole in ceiling.
And you send the method to acid burn out that chunk of the roof. He is going to go and begin doing that. And that is an excellent use of your turn.
And I will also command my monkey to jump on one of their faces and blind it, basically.
You can do that, but also I'd like to point out that you do have uncanny action, right? You're a rogue. You can bonus act out of hand-to-hand combat if you choose, and disengage. You can use a bonus action to disengage if you so choose.
I think it might be time.
That's probably a good idea because I have 8 hit points left.
Mm-hmm.
It means no attack of opportunity, which is nice. So you basically do an uncanny action. You do like a fall backwards, backward roll out of as he like swings his arms at you. You're like poof, and roll back to where Morgan and Ugna are. Yeah. Excellent. Copernicus.
So, what do we think our best way of getting out of here is? Just like, 'cause I'm now I can't cast invisibility anymore. I've taken 50 points of damage. I've cast all my spell slots, and I've used my Rod of the Pack Keeper. I spent all my blood dice. Like Perny has gone. Like Perny is like as pale as a ghost most of the time, but like he is like negative. Like he is so drained of blood and vigor and spell energy. His eyes are just black pits. Yeah. Are we running on foot? What's the deal here? How do we want to cheese it? Jump out a window and.
I want to see what happens when this orb goes, but I'll happily hold off. All
right.
Because my hope is when the orb gets crushed, those statues might have no purpose.
You have any potions or anything?
I think what I'm gonna do. Oh, and Ugna, you can heal again, which you couldn't do for that intermittent turn because of the chilling touch. So chill touch. So that's good.
Yep.
I think I might grab Tromlin and with my hover boots, my flying boots, do the slowest little airlift getaway, just in preparation of getting out of here. But so we can, we have a hole in the roof to escape through now. So
no, it hasn't broken yet. That's what the method is doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So do I think that'll happen before my next turn?
Una's making death saves right away here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just fully unconscious. Okay, then I'll run out and spare the dying.
Cool.
Okay, so I was wondering because you were right there. So are you going to spare the dying? Is that a touch?
It's touch, but I'll do a sorcery point to make it 30 feet.
Okay, because I was going to say otherwise you're going to have to get it because you're in hand-to-hand combat, so you got a potential attack of opportunity situation. So if you spend a sorcery point off of your ring of sorcery, you can do a spare the dying on Ugna as your action.
Okay, and then I think I'm going to with my, which gives me 10 hit points, by the way, because I help Ugna and just keep a little for myself of that yummy vital energy,
your life energy.
Yeah. So I have enough hit points to take an attack of opportunity. So I might run over to Tromlin and take as much movement as I can to start lifting us up out of reach of the.
Okay, just use your movement as well to get over there. Sounds good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna fly it. Okay.
The attack of opportunity does hit.
Okay.
You take, but it's not like you can't multi-attack. You can only hit you once. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage.
All that tasty vigor. Right back up.
I get to keep one of those tasty vigors. All right, hold on.
It takes a swipe at you with a fist, but you like roll with it, and then you get your full movement to basically grab Tromlin, who was pretty much right next to you. He's only a few feet away, having disengaged. Although I guess he moved back to where the others are. So you sort of move back to where Morgan and Ugna and Tromlin all are by the doorway.
Yeah.
And grab Tromlin. Okay. You hear shouts down the stairwell, and you realize you recall that you guys faked out the soldiers downstairs to sneak upstairs invisibly, but that thunderstep has definitely alerted them to stuff going on up here.
That makes sense.
I
And
vote for we all leave by the ceiling because Ugna, I think you can carry Morgan and do a ridiculous jump, and I can carry Tromlin and fly.
Well, not right now because Ugna is unconscious.
I'm still down.
Oh right, yeah, you're down. Oh, right,
I will be able to, hopefully.
Next up, Ugna can't do anything. It's the statues, but on their turn, there is a creaking crash from the roof thanks to the black token that Tromlin took. And the acid method has burned away the two main cross beams where they meet at the center of the peaked roof, and the beams basically reverse and come in directly over top of the stone, and there is a horrendous crash. All y'all, except for Ugna, make me dexterity saves. You are all by the door, so you all have the option to hurl yourselves out of the room entirely and not be under the collapsing roof.
That seems good.
Okay, let's hope I don't, because I will probably die. And that would be kind of funny at this point.
Just a 10 for me.
Oh, shit. Not for me.
Can I throw myself in front of Tromlin? Can I fail my save voluntarily to give Tromlin advantage?
Don't need to. Don't need to. Trust me, you don't need to.
Okay, it was a good shit. Okay.
I rolled a natural 20, so that's a 27.
Woo!
Nice.
Absolutely. You dance to safety, no problem. Morgan, you failed.
I just don't want to risk your character getting hurt any more than he is.
I don't want our healer going down.
Yeah, Morgan still has
silvery barbs.
You can't.
I can't do it myself.
You use
Creature.
it on someone who succeeds on a saving throw, not fails on a saving throw. The idea is to force one of your enemies to reroll, not one of your friends. So go ahead and you can, if you wish, to roll spend inspiration and reroll. And how are you doing, Copernicus?
Failed.
And
I got nothing to spend.
I think I will, because I am pretty low. Where am I at?
Hey, Lane, can you inspiration for him?
Yeah, I will.
I have been allowing a 2-to-1. If you want to spend 2 inspirations, I will let
I'm
you
any
give.
game.
So yeah, go for it.
I spent one, Alina.
Alina, can you mark 1 inspiration off of Morgan and 2 off of Tromlin?
Or I'm at 18 HP. I think I can. If I'm just getting some.
I don't want.
side
Let's not risk it.
He
Let's
gets the
not risk
choice.
it.
All right.
He's
All right.
making you roll it, so go for it.
All right.
Sorry, I just don't want to risk you.
Yeah.
Going down.
I have no bonus to dexterity saving throws, so the chance of me passing this is not super high. Regardless.
I don't care. It's worth a shot.
All right.
Look at this bird. playing
13.
D&D. 13 on the die?
Yeah. No bonus.
Okay.
13.
Just 13.
Actually, yes, you do. Let me
Thank
just
you,
double
Trombley.
check how that works. You just spent a couple inspirations there, Mr. Tromlin.
Yep.
I am indeed going to add a D4 to your saving throw, Copernicus, because Tromlin has Word of Resolve, which can give someone a temporary bonus to a saving throw.
Nice.
And normally that would be like a separate action, but since you spent 2 of your inspirations, I'm going to give it to Copernicus, and that's another 3.
16.
So that makes your 15 save. Everybody
Oh, we just
hurls
rolled over.
themselves. Everyone, oh, there you go.
Yay! Feeling
Good
inspired
timing.
again.
Thank you, audience. Oh,
Keep
they
us
started a
alive.
hype train by doing that.
Like,
Oh, nice. Use those Amazon Primes if you got it. Give us just Jeff Bezos's money. Give it to us.
That leaves only Ugna with no means to escape.
I have a
So-
hero point if we need it, but probably earlier was the time to use it.
But since you were stabilized at 0, that just means that roof is falling on you and you're going back to no longer stabilized at 0.
That'll do.
So here's what happens, Ugna. You're back to not
Death
stable,
saves. Yep.
and you're automatically taking a failed death save from
Right.
the damage from the roof falling on you.
Owie.
But not only, so this is what you see. The central point of the beams comes down directly onto the pedestal with the floating stone above it. There's a smash of energy, that burst of energy, like you saw before when the statue hit it, but much bigger. The 2 statues who are closest to it are both going to take splash damage from that. And then there's like the sound of almost like a muffled explosion under the rubble, like a detonated bomb that a bomb squad has set off inside of a containment system. And the whole rest of the ceiling that was being supported by those beams just starts caving in. The 3 of you who've thrown yourselves clear of the door are now standing in the hallway as rubble is like coming into the hallway. Parts of the roof in that hallway are now exposed because they are connected to the rest of the roof. And there's a few bits of like clay tile and wooden structure that fall into the hallway as well. You're kind of ducking and weaving. Lots of dust. And when the dust kind of immediately clears, there is just rubble in the room. Ugna is buried somewhere under that rubble. So are the statues. So is whatever's left of that stone. And there's like an immediate silence, during which you can then start to hear shouts and sounds of battle from down the stairs. Like clashing of swords and howls and shouts. Morgan, you recognize the battle cries that you are hearing coming from below.
Okay.
So Ugna's buried under some rubble. What you going and making death saves? What y'all going to do?
I
Yeah,
can't
you can
heal,
go.
but it's probably easier to heal her by touch and then let her get herself out than it is.
Yes.
I mean, I'll
issue.
start digging, but like
Yeah.
for real, as soon as we find a part that you can heal by touch,
That's
she'll
my
probably
thing.
be.
I just need line of sight to Ugna, and I can do. Oh, does Ring of Sorcery have to be attuned?
I got a 17 plus whatever
Yes, but
skill you
you've had
want
it
for.
forever.
But I can't give it to Tromlin so that Tromlin can cast
No,
it.
no, you can't. No, you can't. Also, it can only be used by certain character classes. I'm not
I don't know
sure.
what
No,
skill.
he's a spellcaster. He can use it. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what skill or what survival maybe. I don't know for digging Ugna out and trying to find her.
That's not a bad idea. Let me just double check what would make the most sense.
I got survival.
Survival's a good one. Make me a
Okay.
survival roll.
That's a 6 plus 17.
I'll give help action.
Okay.
Is that advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. 17 was better. That was just a 6.
I got an 18 for digging.
Okay.
23 altogether. I think.
Excellent. So you roll a 23. Is that with or without the advantage?
17 plus 6. I rolled worse on the second one.
Okay. Just making sure you actually rolled on the second one, just in case.
Yeah. That's 23, right? 17 plus 6? Yeah.
Okay. All you need to do is to get within 5 feet of where Ugna has fallen. And then you have the ability, if you're willing to spend some of your sorcery points, to dimension door yourself and her out of the rubble.
Okay, yeah.
Because as long as she's within 5 feet of you, you can choose her with dimension.
Okay,
door.
what can I
And
see?
that's probably your easiest, because otherwise you've got to completely unbarrier her to get her out of there.
Okay, what can I see from here? So they went out another door.
You don't have to be able to see your destination. You just have to know where it is. That's the thing about dimension door.
Do I know the layout of this place enough to do that? No, I don't know where.
You know the hallway you just came from. Like
yeah,
where
but
your
there's
friends
fighting there.
There's fighting coming from downstairs.
Yeah. I don't want to see them though.
But also, you also don't have. I don't think you have any healing spells. So
I don't.
If you don't get two those two, she's going to keep dying.
Well, I can still spare the dodge.
Where do we?
So I can at least stabilize Ugna again.
Yeah.
So how about you do this initial digging, you burrow yourself in there, get within 5 feet of Ugna, dimension door back up the hallway, and as soon as you're within sight then of Copernicus and Tromlin, spare the dying can happen. So at worst, Ugna would have like one more death save to make.
Yeah. You're muted, by the way.
You're muted.
Are you is it very dramatic? Are you like Ugna and like throwing yourself at the rubble?
No, I'm having a shit day. I'm having a very shit day. Because also I thought that I had access to my custom item.
Yep. And it was stolen.
This isn't like some fucking +1 wand that just like anyone's like, oh yeah, I'll pick that off the shelf of H&M. This is mine. So she's actually just mad. She's like, pick that up. Like, can you help me with this boulder? And she's just like angrily being very bossy and stressed out. So she's gonna do that and be like, all right, I'm going over there. Heal her as soon as you can. And I just like get a hold of like one, like your arm or whatever is exposed that I can get out, and I unceremoniously like dimension door us out. Basically, like instead of it being beside or like in front of her, she's just like creating it below her so that she doesn't have to move or pick you up. The dimension door is just the floor for a second, and you and some of the rubble and her get out of there.
Good.
I hit second level cure wounds. I get 15 points.
Nice.
Okay, Ugna, I would like you to roll for a thing.
Oh? What am I rolling?
Because you're no longer unconscious.
Okay. What am I rolling?
I don't want to tell you because you're supposed to know. I will send you a message because you've forgotten.
What dice am I rolling?
I don't know what dice you had chosen to do for this.
Gotcha.
I will message you.
I got you.
Okay.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about this. I don't really
No
like what's
need to
happening
worry
right
about it.
now.
Okay,
I'm stressed
good.
out.
This
Good.
is entirely for Alina's information.
We're good.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
That was convincing.
No, it's fine. It's all good. It's fine.
It's good. Fine.
So, you find yourselves up this hallway. Parts of the hall of the stairs going down are blocked by fallen rubble from the collapsed ceiling. There seems to be no further activity in the room. There's no like living statues burrowing their way out after you. Either the damage that they took have finished them off, or they have ceased to be magical because they were drawing energy from the stone or something. There's just a whole pile of like roof rubble. You can see it through various gaps in the rubble, the sky, the afternoon sky above. It's actually not even probably it's probably just noonish. And the sounds of battle from below are moving further away. And Morgan, the horn calls are sounding a retreat.
I have to go, you guys. I need to check that out.
Insight.
Ugna, can you give me a?
By the way, Ugna, by the way, you come around. You become conscious again.
I'm looking up at a very flustered Morgan.
Yeah. You hear the horn call, and she's not even said hi. She's just like, could you give me a boost? And she'll pull your arm and continue walking, assuming that you're getting up with her towards the rubble room, to go get on the roof and take a look at what's going on.
Ugna's POV. She wakes up, feels like hell because her ceiling has just fallen on her. But
while she was already knocked out.
Yeah, you were taking command of this situation, and you're like, "Hey, boost me up," and like look down at her, and she's just looking up at you, that upshot, and she didn't realize before just how tall you'd become. Now that she's lying on the floor, and so there's like that little anime sting where everything gets a little pink around the edges.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like
you're also woozy because I stole like 4 pints of blood.
Absolutely.
So everything's a little wibbly wobbly.
It looks great. Everything's a little soft focus.
Yeah.
And I go, "Yes, ma'am." And I just like leap to my feet, and I will bridal carry you up through that hole.
What was your opposed insight roll?
7.
I guess okay. Ah! No!
What?
Betrayed!
Is that a natural one?
So okay, instead of I need to go see what that is, which sounded cool, which would have been a great line. Morgan's line is actually like she sees this very nosy old man who looks like he smoked way too much, drank way too much, and is just dehydrated and clammy.
No blood left.
Clammy and weird, pale. Just stares like, And Morgan goes, "I gotta go check that out. It might be my mom. Give me a boost."
And then I go, "Yes, ma'am," and like lift you up, and off we go.
I'm not even paying attention to anyone at this point. I'm just so mad, and I'm pointing to the roof where the roof collapsed so she can get up on top and take a look.
This isn't just complicated parent issues. This is complicated parent issues, and you were just knocked back in time 10 years to being a teenager again.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I will remind you, Morgan.
You were having
Raven.
a day.
before you do actually potentially encounter your mom, that I offered to give you a black token in exchange for the wild magic reversal. So you will get to choose whether you are going to appear the way you appear right now or revert. There's a lot of wild magic swirling around right now. It's a very
She's not even thinking about it. She's just going. She might do it later.
This isn't a choice that Morgan gets to make. This is a choice that Raven gets to make.
I think thematically, possibly while talking to her would make more sense.
Yes.
Rather than doing it self-consciously and being like, I can't see her like this. She's just like, if she's retreating.
Excellent.
You know, I have to go make sure that she's not down.
So just to remind me, so you're getting Ugna to take you out through the roof, like up the rubble? Okay.
Yeah.
And
because we can peek out a window and maybe do something with that, but we're more likely to jump, or at least I'm more likely to jump from the roof.
I want really high.
I want athletics. I want athletics from Ugna to clamber up over this over all this rubble.
25.
I don't need. You're good. I don't need one from Copernicus and Tromlin because you are flying, correct, Copernicus? You said you were grabbing Tromlin before?
Yes, but are you sad that you're flying?
That was my plan. I'd have you adjust it as needed, but if that works, then that works.
Well, I mean, I assume you want to follow and stay with your companions that are now climbing out of the building, so...
He's too nosy not to follow! Not even because, like, oh, you might fall from the roof and I could save you. And, oh, what are you doing over there?
The drama might happen and I might miss it. Purdy has he has disadvantage on all insight checks unless there's drama, and then
and then he's like, I smell tea.
As long as there's popcorn or tea, he doesn't have disadvantage. Okay, so you climb your way up out of the rubble. You climb your way up the rubble to the top of the outer stone wall where there's still pieces of the roof clinging. They're all just kind of fallen inward, so you basically make it up that inverted slope to the edge of the outer wall, which is about like a small story above the outer actual curtain wall of the city. Like these towers go basically one little story above that. The wings of this kind of tower next to the roof that had balustrade upon them, one of them is collapsed along with the roof. The one that was closer to the side where you collapsed the beams has basically fallen away. The other side, the balustrade is on fire currently. That side of the roof looks to be normal and intact. Right, it just kind of, as it goes up a ways, it collapses into the fallen part of the roof. That would be the part of the roof that's over the room that the Grey Towers fled into. And above that room, where the outer platform that the ballista sits on so that it can swing around, that's on fire. You're not sure why, but that's a thing that's happened. There are also, you see... guards storming along the walls from the next the tower further down to the left and the right towards the tower you're on, but they're in somewhat disarray, and you see below the tower, directly below you, because that's where you've come up and come out, you see the remnants of a battle. There is this whole huge gang of gigantic people. They're not as big as what you would immediately assume to be giants. They could be Goliaths or half giants, but they're all this burly people, all wearing heavy furs, like raiders of some sort. They don't look like the same. They're not like the hockey pad wearing, ice skating followers of Nahil.
KD with ketchup eaten.
Yeah, they are but they do very much look like a wild people that are like dressed for the frozen wastes. They have various sacks and boxes of goods. You recognize some of those crates and things as being the storeroom contents that you came up through, and they are retreating back. You see many of the guardsmen that you were fighting earlier downstairs fallen around the gates of this particular watchtower.
I hope one of them doesn't accidentally have a lich. In a
You
box.
put him in a sack.
He's in a sack.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh
They stole
no!
Lemmy.
That
boy.
Oh God! Did you just call him Lemmy?
What was his name?
I am retconning. He was not
Okay.
called Murray. He was Murray the Lich.
Murray.
No,
Yeah.
he's totally Lemmy the Lich.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
He wasn't just a
Is he
skull.
done?
He was a head.
Yeah.
A motorhead.
Motorhead.
Oh my God. Okay.
Lemmy the Lich is a
Sorry, I
perfect
made the
name.
pun worse.
Much better NPC. Yes.
Do I see like her insignia marked on anything like flags or armor? Do I see her there?
Oh, you see the banners that they are
Yeah.
carrying are absolutely your tribe.
But do I see her there?
Do you see her? You need to get a closer look. Like
Yeah, I'll definitely.
There's a
I'll
wailing melee fleeing from as the horn sounds.
Yeah, I'll try and be watching from above and stay stealthing, but
Are you planning to stay up here, or are you going over there? Because like there's tons of guards heading towards this watchtower now.
I can't stay on any of the rooftops or on like from above.
There is only the collapsed rooftop that you're on now, and nothing around it. Like it's a watchtower. So
I'm also still cradling the bridal style, and I assume noticed some of this as well. And I'm like, is that the barbarians are back? Should we go after them?
You're not doing
they're allies of us. We have to help them. Let's get in the fray.
Hold on. Can I start doing some healing before we do that?
Go ahead and heal.
Yeah, who is bloody?
Do I have to be here for that?
Yeah, it helps.
Okay.
Who is the worst right now?
Probably me.
Toss up between, yeah.
Well, I don't know how much you got when you got up, but I got
15,
minus,
so I'm doing good.
I have
15 hit points.
I have 9.
I have 8.
Yeah. Is there a mass healing?
Copernicus has
there is, but it's 10 minutes for me to cast it.
I can do my second wind. I'm gonna grab a few more hit points for myself.
I can cast a there is a spell I can do, but it takes 10 minutes to cast it.
Can't you use sorcery points to make that short?
I don't have
He's not a
something
sorcerer.
I'm a cleric.
Oh my god!
15 hit
Okay.
points. At 28. I'm actually doing good. Certain values of good.
I can't do
If
anything.
you want to, I believe you can cast that on the move. That's prayer of healing, right?
Okay. Yes.
So if
Before I do that, I'm going...
you can cast as long as you don't end up.
Whatever the range is.
All right. Well, before I do that, a real quick thing. I'm pulling the prayer beads out.
Smart.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast. Are you still frightened?
No, that was only for a round.
Okay, cool. I'm going to cast one minor, first level cure of light wounds on Raven.
Okay. So roll that one.
That is going to be 7 total.
7 hit points back to Morgan.
16 total now.
You've still got one healing prayer bead that you can use.
I'm going to use it on myself because I'm in bad shape.
Yep.
That is another 7.
Nice.
So I'm at 15.
How many hit points did Ugna get with that second wind?
13, so I'm at 28 again.
Okay.
All right, and if we're going to do the prayer of healing, should I go ahead and roll that for everybody?
Well, first I just want to ask, how are you following these barbarians? Are you doing it like stealthily? Are you doing it rapidly? So Ugna can just run down the wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even know how we're all getting down the roof. I can get a couple of us.
Copernicus is flying and carrying Tromlin.
That's fine.
And also muted.
Sorry, I was eating peanuts, so I didn't want to crunch. I will be Tromlin's helicopter, and I will carry him so that he can actually cast the ritual and have all of his hands and concentration free.
He doesn't even need it. It's entirely verbal. It's just a prayer. As long as you stay within 10 feet or 30 feet of everybody that you're casting it on, and nobody's like breaking your concentration during that 10 minutes, you can just cast it. It's just a verbal prayer.
Okay.
Entirely verbal.
Okay. So, assuming I do and nothing bad happens, everyone in the group gets another 18 points back.
Okay.
That would be blessings on your household.
Yeah. It's a little selfish. That's
also
your household.
Also, I can only give curses, so there's a lot wrong with this picture.
Did you cast it at second level, or did you cast it at third? Because you're out of third level spell slots.
Yeah, I'm not third level, I'm second level, so.
Okay, just making sure. Okay. So my question still stands. Are you sneaking? Are you following stealthily, or are you like letting them know that you are there? Are you?
I think we got to stealth
off the roof in their midst and going like "rah," or are you like?
I think
because you can run down the
I think
wall.
we have to stealth.
That's
and I think we're still under the effects of Pass Without Trace.
Is that?
Sure.
I thought that required concentration from Fetid.
I don't think Pass Without Trace is concentration.
Also, though, unless
oh, we left 30 feet.
Yeah, we're
yeah, you're not going to be close enough, and it is concentration.
Oh, it is concentration.
Yeah,
but Tromlin also knows that spell and could cast it.
I'll cast it, but can I concentrate on that and do a prayer?
Yes, because the prayer of healing, even though it takes 10 minutes, is not specify concentration, so you can cast it while concentrating on a spell.
All right, then I'll pass without traces. And that will take care of my last two second level spells.
Yep.
Was that advantage or plus 10?
Plus 10. All right, we're making some stealth rolls here.
Yes, please.
Oh boy, my bonus is saving me. I rolled a 10, so it's a 15 plus 10 is 25.
25 for me.
25.
Nice.
25.
Oh shit. Is it dark enough for my armor of shadows to
Sure.
Or one with shadows to activate?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. 23 then, with a 3 on the die.
Are we
26
rolling?
actually.
Tromlin, just stealth roll. Just to establish rough.
We're doing our health?
Yeah, just doing the stealth rolls. Just to establish baselines.
1 second. I'm just trying to make sure I know what my Cloak of Elvenkind gives me something, doesn't it?
It just gives you advantage on the roll. So you're rolling with advantage with a plus 19.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on.
You're going to beat everyone else, I'm sure.
Unless I roll like a 1. Plus 19, you said?
Yeah.
Alright. See here.
You'd have to roll 2.
Oh, God. Well, the first 21, I rolled a 2.
And the second?
38.
That'll do. The limitation will not be on you, it'll be on Copernicus carrying you. Okay, so you all slip away. You basically Ugna goes down the wall using the boots of climbing, so that you spider climb straight down the wall, carrying Morgan. Copernicus flies down alongside with Tromlin quietly praying to grant you all healing. And by the time you get down there, the city guard have fallen back and are trying to like set up a defensive barrier at the gate. But the barbarians are also falling back and fleeing. So by the time you get to the ground off to the side, you basically slip into the scrub and brush away from and fallen bodies away from where the defensive positions are being set up, and then just head off into the hills to follow the barbarians. A few stray arrows from the city walls from the disorganized remaining guards up there skip off the rocks in your general direction, but none of them find a mark. Probably not arrows, probably crossbow bolts even.
Can I make a roll to loot along the way? Since we're sneaking through?
Probably not if you're trying to keep pace with these. The barbarians are fleeing pretty fast. They're not like...
Okay.
If you're staying stealthy but also trying to keep up with them is already going to be quite a task.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, right. I see like someone's coin. So there's like cool. Yeah. There's like we passed by some guy who got like blasted through a wall, and I get like just barely close enough to grab the pouch of coins on his purse, and I'm just like, ugh, like a kid.
You do have mage hand, so actually, since you're being carried by Ugna, I will allow you to make some sleight of hand checks as you pass through the fallen warriors and see what you get.
For sleight of hand, I have a +4.
Can I join in on the thievery?
Yeah.
While you're doing your spell,
can we do it together? Oh, that's true. You're doing the spell.
You're doing the healing spell for 10 minutes.
After the healing spell, can I do it?
I will say that
I just love this is the full dichotomy
maybe
of Cromwell on display. If he's not healing, he's stealing.
Making a shirt right now. Making a shirt.
Do some thievery on the way.
I was gonna say you should let him do it, but with disadvantage.
No, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say you can let your monkey do it. So you can just be like, "Hey, monkey."
I was gonna say
grab some coin purses and catch up.
Your verbal spell, you're just like doing some lewd gestures, and your spell is like magic language mixed in with like cock, like randomly.
Just like swearing.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, he's a god today, like a god of fortune, so fortune and trickery. So stealing corn purses makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that makes so much sense. That's so cool.
Right, send the monkey out to steal.
All right, and then I have a +4.
You also can make sleight of hand checks just to determine how much stuff you get. So
that first roll is a 12 +4, so 16.
Cool.
The next one is a 15.
3 from each of you. Yep. 16, 15, and
11.
Cool. And Tronlin?
All right. 3d20, you said?
Yep.
Let's see. First one is going to be 15. Second one is going to be a 24. And last one is 17.
I'm going to say Morgan's kind of like sitting like with her arms across, it's just like, oh my fuck. Oh, she's okay. Fuck. I'm gonna see her like this. And then like a kid at a grocery store. I'm just like, wait, stop, pick it up. And Ugna's like, we can't stop. And I'm just like, hold on. And they just start casting mage hand to loot. Like a kid grabbing cereal off the shelf as we go down.
Out.
Okay, so the three that Morgan rolled.
Interactions before, looking at both of us, we're setting a real bad stereotype.
Oh no.
It's also funny because Morgan was the one to be like, we have to urgently go over there to the war zone to help because this is really important to me, and then immediately gets distracted by looting corpses on the way.
Here's what you get. First pouch has a malachite gem worth 10 gold pieces in it. Second pouch has 21 gold in it. Third pouch has 20 copper in it.
Oh shit, I'm sorry, Morgan, that sucks.
That one's mine? Sorry.
Yeah, those were your 3.
Okay, hold on. 10 GP malachite.
Yep.
And then what was the next one? Was silver,
21
right?
gold. No, 21 gold.
Okay.
Nice.
21 gold, and then 10 copper.
Yep.
Okay, not bad.
I mean, for some people, that's all they make in a year.
Yeah. That's at least like one round of drinks.
Yep.
Well, good drinks.
Tromlin.
Oh, fuck.
First pouch has 24 gold in it.
Nice.
The third pouch had 200 silver in it. It was a hefty pouch, but it was all silver, which is still not nothing.
Yeah,
And the
that's not
pouch
bad.
where you rolled crazy good has 100 silver, and the coins in it, the 100 silver coins, are all real exotic coins you've never seen before. And it also has an arrow in it, like
An arrow?
probably an arrow head, actually.
Okay.
It's got a universal dock on it.
A small
Put it
piece
into
of
any-
paper rolled into a little scroll, like a message that one might tie to the leg of a pigeon.
Cute.
And it is not just a pouch, it's attached to a flask. You get that person's belt. And the flask has some interesting runes on it.
Is it just an action, a check, or how do I reattune to my cup? Do I just have to have it?
You just need, you got to have it for and spend a certain amount of time with it. It's like I forget. It's like a ritual spell type casting. You sit down for a few minutes. It's just something you can't do in combat.
Okay, so short rest, or
I don't think
like
it's
a
even
minute?
that long. Like, I think it's like 10 minutes, like casting. I'm just looking to see what the actual rule is. How long does it take to attune? 1 hour. It's short rest. It's the length of a short rest.
Okay. So
1 hour or a short rest, because I often will give you a short rest that isn't an hour.
Yeah. Could I do that while I'm being carried, or is that we have to sit down and do it?
Yes, because you're actually going to follow these barbarians are going to go a fair ways. That you're going to need to be following them. So yeah, you do your thievery off the battlefield, and you manage to pick a few good pockets. Definitely, Tromlin lucked out with that one. I used a random treasure generator, and I just sort of gave you guys some rolls. Because you had such a high roll on that one, I randomized the increase in challenge rating for the treasure, and you actually got a more valuable treasure than one would expect from a random fallen soldier. Okay.
It was just on its way to the bank.
But you don't know what those are. You know there's like the silver coins that look really, really different, unusual, not coins you've seen before. And then the little scroll in the flask, you don't know if they are special or whatever. The flask has got something in it. You can check the flask for what's in it.
First I'll show the coins to Copernicus. Like, have you seen these in your travel?
Would I do a
Make
history,
a history
check?
check. You absolutely can make a history check on that.
Alrighty. Oh, my dice are not loving me tonight. 18.
You're really low in blood.
18 is good enough. Yeah, these are Wahadi. These coins are from like the far reaches of the Wahadi Empire. You're very familiar because they're the kind of coins one sees in the deserts of Ix. They're also somewhat older coins. Like you haven't seen them since your youth, kind of thing. Like coins
Is
that
there
have
anything
been
I can
disused for a couple hundred years.
anything I can get off looking at the scroll or the flask that are?
You would
attached?
need to identify. Oh, sorry. Actually, yeah, you can sense magic. They're magic items. They're both magic.
Okay. I'll let Shamla know about that.
I went through a collab event party with the Wahadi Hotties.
The Hottie Wahadis.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn it.
So as we're running along, Ugna's like just keeps like glancing down at you every once in a while, and is like, "So, you got your cup back?"
It's gonna take some time to they fucking attune to it.
That seems bad. But it's good we
It's
got it
defiling.
back, right?
It's defiling, and they're gonna pay dearly for it.
So they like straight killed Ugna for a minute there. Also mad about that.
They feels like there's a whole building on me. My neck's a little weird. I might need something later.
Yeah, I had to get you out of there with a thunderstep and then a dimension door. We weren't fully out of the room when the ceiling came down.
That's my bad.
Statue guys just hit me real hard. They can pack a punch.
They did hit you while you were down, but I think they're dead. I think they're dead. If they were alive at all.
Well, as long as they're dead.
They're disassembled.
Morgan's just like continually doing.
In the distance, you hear one of the statues as it finally crumbles. It goes disassemble. Sorry. It's an old person joke.
Morgan's gonna be trying to, like, reattune herself to the cup. She's like, took out her little bag. Took out has her purse. Like she's being carried like fireman style. Or like princess style, and then she like takes her bag out and has it just like on her tummy and is like digging through it, and she's got her like some cloths that always have like some cleaner on it, and she's like cleaning the straw furiously. I guess you get an up close view at her cup. I don't have it finished. I will have it done by the end of the game. There'll be a look at the cup that has this like naked, beautiful drow woman with white hair, and she's got like a little keg under her arm, and there's a dagger that looks like the dagger in her. That is her straw. Her straw is like a large bubble tea straw, but it's like got
a little dagger.
It's like the tiny little hilt is how it stops from like hitting the bottom of the cup. And like here is like the little handle, and so
it's
those times that she
like a bubble tea straw.
But yeah, it is like it's got like a point at the end and like some serrated sides on there.
Good.
Yeah.
Also,
and yeah, there's like
a bit of fan art that you were absolutely gonna love, Raven. It's so good.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Good. But yeah, and then there's like she's got like the keg under one arm and one hand up, and there's like a tentacle. And then you can see there's like a little octopus on the other side of the cup, and it looks basically like this, but that's like a stained glass image over top.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. Let me see.
So you quickly note that that these barbarians are heading directly into the heart of the icy wastes.
That's good.
Eventually.
Yep.
Eventually, Tron's going to turn to the other stage. You're like, so your mom, huh?
Yeah, I recognize the horn call. How many?
Jason, your mom?
How many hit points did we get back?
18.
18. What's 18 plus 6? Or 18 plus 16?
34.
34. Okay, still a little bit low. Yeah, that's her horn call. I don't know if she was injured, but she's not one to retreat.
Maybe she got what she wanted from the city.
Hopefully, but again, they weren't that far in based on how far we were in and didn't really find anything.
Sure, your mom's fine. Tron was actually trying to be comforting because he feels bad on this one.
Ugna, who does not understand how the Perninet works, is thinking very hard at Tromlin, but it's only going to hit Perny. And so Perny gets Oh, geez, I didn't know we were gonna meet her mom. How do I look?
Oh no!
I think Bernie replies back with his honest opinion, which is everyone's great.
Yeah.
I think you look fantastic.
I imagine Ugna
You
has
have a
like
bit
a
of-
John McClane thing going on right now,
Yeah.
where it's like everything's kind of a little ripped and tattered and like got a big
Is
old
it you
bruise
have
on
a-
one side of the
Like 3
face.
times today.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of blood, and then he gestures to your whole face and body.
I'm gonna as I'm carrying you, I'm gonna try and like rub my face with my shoulder a little bit. Get some of that blood off.
Morgan's content to pout and look out the window. That's how she's being carried, as if she's pouting and looking out the window at the like rain on the like rear side mirror, just like.
So you come up to the rise, just north of Ravenfall, and from the hills you can see in the distance, like far out, the ocean of the great northern sea beyond the frozen icy wastes, and you can see the forms of raven folk wheeling at various points throughout the wastes. And then from there, the path that you're on goes deep down into a cleft within the hills. And just as you come down to the bottom of that cleft, there is a shout of halt. And then in a blink, a row of large fur-clad barbarians with spears pops out of the seemingly out of the stone walls on either side of this crevice, revealing their cloaks, or throwing back their cloaks that are crafted to have the same texture and color as the stony landscape around. And in the middle of this group, right in front of you guys, are a pair of huge, frowning, stoic-looking barbarians and a large, white-haired woman
Not a
who
satyr?
does look. She is not a satyr, no. But she looks like a much larger non-satyr version of Morgan.
Everyone looked at Morgan's.
Morgan's the dudes who shouted halt. She's like, halt, whatever. Are you guys okay? Yeah, she taps you to put her down.
Yeah, and I'll set you down gently on your feet.
Yeah.
Like tug your clothes a little bit too, because you're askew from being carried.
Yeah, she's like tossing her hair and righting her clothes. She's like, halt. Do you have eyes? Are you guys okay?
So as soon as you start to backtalk, like the guards nearest you are also like lowering a wall of spears towards you, and the one that shouted halt shouts,
shouts.
You will something along the lines of you will respect the Grand Dame. You city dweller.
Wow.
Or city dwellers, because he's just talking to all of you.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how he would know if Copernicus is kneeling, because he's floating in the air.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I came to make sure that I wasn't going to be paying my respects. Are you okay? She's saying to her mom.
It's clear to you. Your mom squints at you, but it's clear to you that the other guards don't recognize you immediately.
Yeah, she'll say, "Are you okay, Mom?"
She, like with one sweep of her arm, just like pushes aside a bunch of the guards that are like protecting her, like paper dolls, and then strides forward and leans down and glares at you. It's just like a wall of like frowny, older woman face and then just like cleavage.
Trauma's like, I've had this dream before.
Uh-huh. Ugna looks a little stunned, like she's like had not considered an older, hotter version of Morgan.
Ernie's checking.
A hotter version?
Like,
Hotter version?
Mm-hmm.
Bernie's checking with Bart to
Trauma's
see if
like,
this is what
I'm
actually
going
want
to
to
her mom.
propose the threesome here. Is this gonna? She's
Morgan's
both our
like,
types. So.
I knew
Sorry, Morgan.
I knew I'd age a little better than you, but is your mind going at this point as well?
Ooh.
She snaps at you. Is like age in reverse. And there are like flickers of like color shift over your body as you sort of like have that bit of embarrassment over your crazy wild magic state.
Yeah. Hi.
Just double checking my notes on here. Sorry, you were saying?
Hey. We're all trying to look a little younger and cuter, okay? I'm just better at it than most people.
Trauma's suddenly he's like, yeah, I'm looking real young. That's what's happening here.
You're looking great.
Like I gargled
Morgan,
the back of the fountain.
Morgan kind of had forgotten that you were there, and she was like, I wasn't meant to be a barb at you. Sorry.
Trauma's like, we've been through a lot, Morgan. You can say what you want. You're not hurting my feelings right now. Trauma thought it was funny. He actually laughed at it. He didn't get like it. But he will like genuflect before this woman because, you know, proper respect. She's obviously the leader.
I will also kneel, as was asked.
I'll follow Shamlin's lead there. You hear an audible pop.
Cracking.
You didn't answer. Are you okay?
She kind of scowls at you and says, "These idiot city dwellers could not harm the mighty warriors." And Lane's lost his open thing here.
Write stuff down.
Where the hell is your tribe name? I can't find it.
Oh, I just had your email open. Hold on.
Just a second here. There we go. The Chillwinds.
Yeah.
All right. These pathetic city dwellers could not possibly do lasting harm to the warriors of the Chillwinds.
Good, because I was worried that I'd been gone so long that you forgot what you were made of. I don't regularly think that I might hear your retreat call.
My daughter, you know nothing of the strategies by which we perform our raids. The city has softened you. You know nothing of our efforts against these ridiculous barbarians that have taken over our hills.
That's right. I've been busy.
I can see you've been busy fooling with your vainglorious magics. She waves a hand at you. It's pretty obvious that she's like you look younger and taller. It's like you've had work done.
Yep.
She's like, yep. Okay, yeah, I see what you've been doing with your magic.
Did you get anything good at least? I'm gonna look around, and if I see any of my cousins, nieces, or nephews, I'm gonna toss them what I found from the raid that were part of it.
You see quite a few relations, more of the distant ones, but you do spot Aphon among the warriors.
Yeah, I'm not giving anything to him.
Just saying. He's kind of like looking at you somewhat, kind of got like a bit of a distasteful look on his face. You're not sure he's looking at you or your companions.
She literally like makes eye contact with him and does just like look aside and is just like, whatever.
Una will stand at that point a little bit and sort of give like a little bit of a bow, even as she stands and goes, if I can interrupt, ma'am, I don't like getting involved in family dramas, but I should say that Morgan has been a really outstanding companion in battle. She's done herself proud.
And in arcane investigations.
A handful of the warriors like break out laughing when you say improving yourself in battle. And the Grand Dame snorts.
Okay,
says,
okay, I'm gonna pick out one of my least favorite relatives that is snickering at me. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure this isn't fully damaging.
I also just remembered that you still have your truth-telling curse on.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's right.
Shit!
I shut your hole. I haven't. I've been mindful of what I fucking say.
I will point out that you are almost out of spell slots.
Yeah, I'm looking at my cantrips.
I thought you were just gonna looking at somebody's head.
No, sorry. One of her cousins that she doesn't like that's laughing, and gonna be like, whatever. You were getting nits into your 20s, okay? I was looking. I was gonna.
Is this
I was
a
thinking
mockery?
I thought it was. But that's that would be a spell slot, wouldn't it be?
No, that's a cantrip.
Cantrip.
That's one of your cantrips.
If only if I could make him fart in doing so. I don't think I can do that. Actually, no. I have prestidigitation, so I will. I will fucking make him fart. Is it only one effect, as in visual, or can I make a fart with a prestidigitation?
Yeah, you can make a fart with a prestidigitation. So vicious mockery is a wisdom save. So I will roll the wisdom save.
No, I think I just want to prestidigitation the fart.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I performance roll the fart? Hold on.
Amazing.
Make it particularly embarrassing.
Yeah, I want it to be like a good one. Yeah.
Go for it.
That's a whatever fart. That's not that bad. That is a.
It's a middling fart.
That's a 13.
Can I give the health action? Purdy likes this.
Is that an advantage?
Purdy also has prestidigitation. He likes where this is going.
Yeah.
Is that for a good fart joke?
It's a middling fart, but you add like a wet noise at the end.
Yeah. He does a little bit of EQ on it too.
Good.
Problem is tired.
So it's advantage
Also,
for you, Raven.
she is picking. Oh, it's advantage. Okay. That's an 11. So 11 plus 8, 19. 18 is 19. Yeah. 11 plus 8 is 19.
Sure.
Yes.
It's a well-crafted fart.
I'm being truthful. I'm picking out something that is embarrassing that I know of this person. So.
So you do that. I'm gonna roll for wild magic here because I haven't in a while.
Oh god damn it!
I'm gonna roll a few of them because you've cast a bunch of spells in this that I've been kind of not bothering with the wild magic, and I think this is a good time. Oh wait, that's a wild magic effect. Let's see what wild magic effect occurs. Or would you rather take this opportunity for your? I would be happy if you want to take your black token for that particular wild magic effect, but otherwise I'm gonna roll. whichever you choose.
Could I inspiration to not get that wild magic surge?
No. No, your options at this point are the wild magic surge that I just rolled, or you can take your black token and the wild magic surge is the undoing of your appearance. Which do you prefer?
Can I know what the effect? Can I know what the effect would be?
Nope.
It'll be funny. Do it.
I won't take
It'll
the
be
black
funny either
token.
way.
It's really. She's not willing. Like, okay. Negotiation. Black token. The wild magic doesn't happen. And the truth telling is undone. So she keeps her dumb appearance, dumb changed appearance, but undoes the truth telling curse.
That's a lot for a black token. So the only reason, so the undo, I'm happy for you your character to stay looking like this forever. It's part of the wild magic.
Yeah. But it's the truth. Like she would take the black token to be able to not be forced to tell the truth. She
doesn't get a choice. Black tokens are a player decision, not a character decision.
But like, I'd rather get rid of the truth telling curse in this very moment.
The reason I'm hesitant is because the whole point of being a wild magic sorcerer is you don't get that much control over what happens to you. Because she was about to sort of say, enough of these ridiculous games.
Yeah,
and then
with your magic part, your obvious mode, and then she was going to demand to know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
So I feel like the truth-telling curse is a very appropriate thing.
Ooh,
it is, unfortunately. I will let the wild magic surge happen.
I'm going to roll the wild magic surge happen. I'll roll it first.
Yeah.
And then you can decide if you want to do something like the black token to sub it out.
Okay.
That's just a weird one.
Because my fear is that if it hurts them too,
because it could be like the one that just casts a fireball.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
That's
Hey, aren't you the one who still had nits until fireball explosion?
Oops.
Whoops.
My bad.
If it's not damaging, I'll take the wild magic embarrassment. Because all the ones that aren't damaging are usually very obvious.
Right.
Yep.
So in that case, you just start to float in the air, like uncontrollably, like you are now just levitated. So you're now not flying, so you can't.
Yeah.
You're just off the ground and
she's lounge floating.
Yeah.
She is. She is just
roll me a performance check to see how quickly you recover, because initially you're just like, wow, I can't touch the ground.
Yeah.
So how quickly do you sort of recover yourself and go, I mean, I meant to do this. It looks cool.
Is that a 1?
Uh-oh.
I'm luck pointing that, and that's my 3rd.
Are you sure? That's another wild magic roll.
Just keep this going. Just keep it going.
Oh no!
You could spend inspiration. I don't know if you want to.
I'll spend a fucking inspiration.
All right. Remove the inspiration.
Yeah.
And let's see.
I'll 11 plus 8.
That'll do it. So you very briefly kind of realize it, try to sort of take a half step to the side, and you're not on the ground, and your legs go blah, 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 and then you kind of you feel like you were if you didn't spend inspiration, I was going to have you sort of slowly float upside down, just the worst. So you recover and you sort of float in the air,
Just full teenage rebellion again. Just like, don't be fucking weird. I'll be fucking weird. Also, this guy has had nits into his 20s. And just starts like floating through the air.
With a thaumaturgically thunderous voice, your mom cuts in and says, "Enough of this juvenile magical tricks. What are you doing here? What is your business, you and your companions?"
We also don't like the people in that fucking castle, so we were fucking with them. And then I heard your retreat call and was worried that you might be injured.
She sort of like glares suspiciously at your three friends.
Can I try to be charming?
I will also try to be charming.
I am going to be.
You are much better at it.
Yeah.
Are we rolling persuasion here? Just to look normal?
Please let them use a group roll. Please let them use a group roll.
Yeah, I think what I would like here is a couple of rolls. I think you guys have been working on this long enough. Well, first of all, let me get an obliviousness roll from Copernicus, because it will determine to what degree he's not cooperating with the group. So just roll me an insight. Roll me an insight with disadvantage.
All right, rolling the big metal die.
And we'll just see how completely you misread this.
First roll's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Let's hope the second roll is at least not too bad.
Can I guidance him?
Not for a group action, no. That's for specific.
It's a 5 on the die.
And your insight is?
+2. That makes it a 7.
It's not the worst response, but it is below 10. So you're going to be a little bit like whatever Copernicus would think is the right thing to say here, rather than taking other people's leads. So you'll be making your own rolls. But Ugna and Tromlin have been playing this game a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And if Tromlin starts to like say something in a certain way, Ugna will follow his lead.
Yep.
So
the entire time I'm gonna be performing the role of the big tough bodyguard who's very capable and competent.
I would like a
This is what we do.
But occasionally you can't. You're a little aw shucks.
Yeah.
Am I rolling as well?
Like an insight. No, you're not.
Okay.
An insight from Tromlin. Yeah, an insight from Tromlin. Reading the situation.
Yeah. What's going?
And you're not going to get much help from Ugna here. You're on your own because it's really just you.
That's more than fine. That's a 22, though.
It's not bad. You get that +7. So you realize that like you kind of see a bit of this right off the bat. You've seen this before. This like barbarian leader lady is probably not super keen on, I mean, obviously not going to be keen on Morgan's like lifestyle, shall we say? But in particular, the whole wild magic thing, the whole sorcerer thing, not a favorite of this lady's. You get the impression that, like, I mean, Morgan's a wild magic sorcerer. This isn't fully under her control, right? So there's like some conflicting feelings from her mom, you think, about this whole magical nature. And you already, like, I mean, you know the deal here. Morgan is a Fae touched. Morgan is like, in fact, you know from some of your previous stuff that's happened that Morgan's connection to the Fae is significant. Like, Morgan's like seen as someone important amongst the Fae and treated with deference by some of the Fae that you have encountered. And yet, clearly not getting that from her mother's side. So something happened here to make Morgan an embarrassment, perhaps. But her mom seems to be more concerned with like the outburst and the like lack of decorum than anything like that. It's not like your family where they're just like full on, you're an abomination that must be destroyed.
Yeah.
She's specifically embarrassing.
Yeah.
All right. Should I roll my? Okay, sorry.
And just to follow up, but then you obviously there is suspicion here towards the group of you, not so much directed at Morgan, but like these random people that Morgan is with, and whether you get that bit of like, oh, the mom and family maybe doesn't believe that Morgan has the ability to properly vet her friends and be confident that they aren't like
weirdos.
Weirdos. And
this is perfect time for Perny.
Enemies.
Perfect time for Perny to make his pitch. Then,
While you guys,
while we're getting the weight up and down, I think, and Perny realizes like, oh, she's concerned that like, I think he's just gonna be like, don't worry, my wife and I belong to a very select club, exclusive group, if you know what I mean, and we are capable of practicing the utmost discretion. So,
oh my god, no.
Perfect.
Any finger guns?
Perfect. With your insight roll, Tromlin, you pick up on immediate disgust from the Grand Dame. Not so much, more confusion from most of the barbarians, as would be appropriate here. What the hell are you talking about? And you immediately realize that the Grand Dame is perhaps familiar with Morgan's extended connections.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Okay.
Yeah.
I will step forward. I'm going to do my best to put on as much charm as I can. And say, I beg your pardon, Grand Dame. That is my grandfather, and I hear he is up in years. And
oh, Dom
well,
D-A-M-E, not D-O-M. I'm sorry. I heard something else.
Again, I must apologize for my grandfather. We do our best with him, but you know how this goes. As for your daughter, I understand her ways are definitely not yours, and well, as you can tell, I have a similar situation to her. But I assure you, your daughter amongst the Fae is highly regarded. I realize that may not be something you would want for her. Few people would want such a situation. But your daughter did help us just tear down a tower belonging to some honestly hateful spellcasters who would do you great harm, as well as others, as they try to corrupt these lands. Now,
roll me a perception check. Tromlin specifically.
Ooh.
I'm just trying to keep talking for that. No, as long as you can get that charm out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Should I be providing
And
some sort of aid with like a performance or a something? Charisma?
No, but I think what I will do is I will let Copernicus can roll persuasion, like just to try and have some charm on, but maybe not continue down the road he was going on. Since
specific. I mean, I hit a 20 on this. I want to know if she swings.
My perception is 23.
My persuasion is 23.
Woo!
Excellent. Okay, two things are going to happen here. Number one, in a flash of Copernicus' surprising flash of insight, you get the feeling that she may be used to swing, which would make a lot of sense with the crazy Fae kid.
Right.
And oh no, Raven! Oh no!
Oh no!
You don't have to call me daddy. That's all right.
He's gonna fuck your mom.
But some of them was gonna fuck your mom.
No, Tromlin, you catch the look that is exchanged of glancing of eyes between the Grand Dame and some of her like nearby warriors. When you mention the spells, the spell casting, and you think you might have struck a chord. And with that, I think that's where we're going to wrap up.
Ooh.
I think we're going to leave it there.
All right.
There's definitely something known about bad magic going on here.
Ooh.
You also did mention the roof collapsing, which is kind of hard to miss. So it's pretty obvious that the barbarians are aware that the roof randomly collapsed in the building.
Yeah.
See that? Tromlin her some credit for that instead of like trying to be your wingman with your family, which is weird.
Yeah.
My God.
And I'm going to tell you, just because I find it really hilarious, the name of the Grand Dame of the Chillwinds tribe.
Oh my.
Because her name is Grand Dame Ogloff Frostmaid.
Ogloff Frostmaid?
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. These are decisions I made in the
We're
past.
I
with
love it. Good call on the naming.
I'm a little
Good call.
regretful.
We're not. We're fine with it.
It's all good.
By the way, the second round of smudging was just for my dice. Wasn't for me. Wasn't for any of my sorrows. It was just for my dice.
This episode's gonna be called Damme, not Dom.
Yep. All right, see,
some episode
some
titles.
discussion in the chat. Discussion in the chat about what Morgan's mom looks like. Yeah, older, sexier, non-satyr. I basically was picturing like almost half giant female version of Conan the Barbarian,
Amazing.
but like much chestier.
Yeah.
I think a Bilf rather than a Filth, right?
He's a Vallejo painting, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next episode, where we're all vying for her affections and giving Gaga eyes, can we call it Ogloff?
Writing that
I hope
down
everyone gets the
preemptively.
Ogloff reference.
Yeah.
I think Tromlin is going to at least offer Morgan a little bit of respect and not try to fuck her mom.
A little bit, and
I hope that extends to the whole party.
Oh, I'm gonna brown nose your mom. I want her to like me.
Well, see, I don't know if that's the right term.
I was gonna say, like, maybe, like,
talking about.
Maybe phrase it another way then.
Phrasing is still a thing.
You can brown nose her while somebody else is trying to fuck
I was
her.
trying to go
Anyway,
for what
sorry.
I was going to say. I was going to suck up to her, and I'm like, that's bad too. I should
That
avoid the
doesn't
word
work.
suck.
Oh God, there's no good thing to say.
Okay.
All right, so with that, it's time to roll to see who gets some artwork.
Heck yeah. I got the subscriber lists up. Roll me a d20.
I'm rolling a d20. It's a 20.
It's a 20.
Nice.
A nat 20 for just the roll to see which person gets art.
It's Uncle Lar.
Yeah.
Lar. Yay!
Yay!
Up
Can you
time.
return the favor and give him some art?
Heck
Uncle
yeah.
Lar, you will be receiving the stream art from you. And maybe we should share on camera here if you've got. I saw some art in the
Hang on,
fan
the
art
screen may
thing.
flicker a little bit, but I'll be right back.
Fan art thing. I definitely like that that understep representation. Is extremely good.
So good.
That understep representation is extremely good. And
our cameras may be slightly fucked up, but I'm gonna
it's fine.
do what I can.
It'll jump back when you switch us back anyway.
Yeah, it's true. Do what I can.
It'll jump back when you switch us back anyway.
Yeah, it's true. Here's one. I love the Ragged Quaggle.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
So good.
Morgan would see that place and be like,
later in life.
Morgan, you can put that on a sign and be like, to be like, you
Also,
can just
you
have
know,
that.
That place is
Like,
gonna
I
have
guess I do know of a
filthy
place called the
slugs.
Fuck Store, so I guess. But I don't think you should have a slur as your like store name. It's not my place. Not my place.
It's not.
It's
It's not. It's not us.
reclaimed.
Yeah. All right,
And
and
the other one?
then I love this one.
This is a great representation of a
So
thunderstep spell.
good.
That's amazing.
Oh, so good.
That's awesome.
Oh, so
Just like physical, none of this like teleport stuff. It's like
No.
physical movement. Boom.
Yeah.
And
The
the
sounds
Now
of
we're over
making
there.
us move.
speed cheeks is so
For a
good.
satyr, that makes total sense too. Let's be
Yes.
honest.
Also, I love the fact that Ugna was unconscious at this point, but like the wind is just blowing her eyes open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all physics
Excellent.
making the
That's so
biomechanics
good.
happen.
Excellent.
It's all
Yeah, so I guess like Morgan really like squatted down and started to like try and pick you up and then just use the momentum of the thunder step to
spell.
like push
Yeah.
you up.
Nice.
And then if we flew into
Okay.
anything, I would take it face first. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be your meat shield.
So, next game we'll start with picking up what happens with Fetid.
Fetid!
Where did that guy go?
Fetid, our buddy!
All
He went
right.
after the Grey Towers. Very interesting what I discovered. The choice I had not decided what spellcasting types they were until last game, when I decided they were sorcerers specifically so they could steal your blood vial, because it just made sense.
Yeah.
And then I realized after that fact that screws them because there's no way for them to access healing unless they've got like potions.
Yeah.
So literally, they had to
Whoa.
stop in that room with the statues long enough for Zaya Greytower to do a medicine check to keep her brother from just death saving out. But it means that they have to get to help before he gets back up. So we'll see what Fetid manages to accomplish at the beginning of next game. And that's he got a what?
Here's something you're killing one of them.
Well, that's the goal. So next
Kill
game
both
would
of them
be
if you got to them.
February 9th.
Yeah. If you got to them, but when they went down, while the other one was still down. If you got to them, depends on how it rolls out. They went down.
So anyone got anything they want to shout out before we break it?
Catch up on
I'm
questionable
doing-
content.
Yeah.
Everybody
Find
knows
out that your
questionable
friend is
content.
the one who makes it.
Yeah.
It's good. We're good.
I say I'm live streaming on Thursday of next week to talk about I'm gonna be releasing the Lore Masters deck, the open beta of it the week after. So I'm doing basically live streams every Thursday for the next like 2 months.
Nice.
Where I'll be doing a deep dive on the development process, like how I design a game from start to finish, like showing you like my old shitty notebooks, all the way up to the finished product, and doing a bit of a like behind the scenes process, and then we'll be doing some prompts with the actual deck and unveiling all the expansions. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So you can find the details at basically at Story Engine Deck on social media. That's where all those details are.
Anybody else?
I will be streaming this Sunday on twitch.tv/Altered Echo Archives. We're going to be playing a Cypher System game where we're trying to overthrow the government, so that'll be fun. Check us out at noon
always
PST.
fun.
And eventually,
GOP.
Alina's gonna have some stuff to share about their VR stuff. They've been doing
True.
VR.
Playing around with some VR.
Maybe like
Maybe some shared
Sneaking-
stuff.
maybe teaching people how to tricking them basically into playing Changeling, which is very thematic.
Excellent.
I will always
Okay.
try and make people play Changeling. It's very fun.
So good.
All right,
Anybody
I'm
else
trying to
gonna
find
start
a
that
place to raid.
So good.
Any other
So I
shout-outs?
draw a mousetrap blog.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Most trapped.
Blog.
Stick it to Disney.
It's about to get real fucking weird.
Nice.
Yay.
Did you see John Oliver's next season promo?
No.
Did you see John?
It's very
It's-
good.
It's him hugging a mascot of Steamboat Willie.
It's very good.
And it just says, "What are you gonna do? Sue me?" It's very good. And it just says, "What are you gonna do? Sue me?"
Oh dear. He just wants to make his lawyers' lives hell, basically.
Uh-huh.
Oh dear. He just wants to make his
All right.
All right.
I think
Are
I
we
found a
good?
place. I think I found some place.
Okay.
Y'all ready for a raid?
All right, everybody.
I think I found a place.
Tune in next time
Y'all ready for
when
a
we
raid?
have the same old trash time and same trash channel. Have the same old trash time and same trash channel.
I got my
think
email
that's
You
what it's
going?
called. I think I got it. I think a raid is set up. Okay. Bye, y'all.
Oh, I
Bye,
don't see it.
everybody. Have a good night.
Okay.
Later, y'all.
I don't see it starting.
I don't see the raid.